We're off.
Are we on?
Yeah, it's going. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. I don't know if they can they hear us. I think they can hear us. Oh, hey y'all.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the
Howdy, howdy.
show. How's everybody been? I know y'all missed us.
You know how we
What's
do
going
it.
on?
D-Town, stand up.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Transfusion in this thing.
All right. Well, my normal intro didn't play like it usually does. I got to get that together. But hey y'all, welcome to the Transfusion Podcast. We're back with the jump off. Miko, you want to go ahead
Welcome.
and do your little ones and twos?
Yes.
Didn't know.
Welcome, everybody. This is Transfusion Radio, ending confusion about transgender, or at least as much as we can. We are here to talk about love in the transgender community. We have Chloe and Lachey and Polka and Miko, and we all sit here and just have a good time. And hopefully, if you are listening, you can chime in and let us know what you think. Feel free to put your questions and things in the audience, and we will respond to those as we can. How's everybody doing?
Really, really well. It's been so good today in Dallas. This weather's been treating us nice. And, in Dallas, we don't always get it. But yeah, things are good.
Yeah, it is kind of cute out there.
Mm-hmm.
What else about that? With me, everything's been good. I've just been trying to keep everything afloat. Surviving shit.
Yeah, that's it.
uh, oh wait, hold on. Here we go, Poker.
It's thankful to have those memories, mom,
Hey,
but
you
my things are
there?
going pretty good.
We hear you. Cheers. Okay.
Okay, so what
Okay.
specifically are about love are we talking about? Is love hard to find in the trans community, or what does love look like in the trans community? What exactly about love are we talking
Well, there's so many different aspects because I know, there's different things. Some men act like, we're a secret,
about? Hmm.
like we're a secret menu item and that, we're here to just fulfill their desires at certain times of the day. And we get caught up and mistake that as love. There's different situations. There's just feeling like you might necessarily need to make accommodations or dumb yourself down or change who you are so you can find love, or maybe not even allowing yourself to be your full authentic self just so you can find a partner. There's different aspects, when it comes to love in our community.
Well,
Okay, Che, you went really far with it. I think oh y'all jumped the gun with that before we got into like the topic and stuff. I wanted to kind of ask what because we be so quick to say what love is and but do we really know what we're looking for when we say love? Like what is love to you? Like what do you consider love? And what does the perfect love look like?
Well, of course, love has to start with an attraction, I believe, and then it goes into fundamentally, are
Yeah.
we are we compatible? Do we have the same message? Do we communicate in the same way? Those are very important things, I think, for any relationship, whether it's even love or like anything, like if it's just a friendship. Um, but for me, I think, there's a lot of different aspects. Is this person financially secure enough to be in a relationship? Um, um, do they
Are
are
they
they engaging
emotionally
enough?
available?
Right? Are they engaging enough? They have are we even on the same level in terms of experiences and emotional? There's a lot of different aspects, and I think that it's just challenging because us sometimes we might feel like it's kind of hopeless,
Mm-hmm.
or that like all we have out there are these guys who are attracted to us because we are this object and we become objectified
Yeah.
rather than seen as a whole person with actual real feelings and experiences. And I think it's definitely a challenging. Any relationship is there's challenges, right?
Definitely. I definitely feel like there's
Right.
different levels to love. I feel like
Girl, you
there's
know it's so crazy because you so ready to jump into this conversation. I feel like we should walk easily into it.
Who,
because
me?
you are hitting every topic we need to discuss when it comes to love.
She
So
got
Okay.
me.
Well,
I don't even know how do we jump into love because you I know she want me to go start pouring out all my little tea and stuff from this past weekend that y'all experienced
okay.
and stuff
I
as
wasn't
she
gonna
gonna
just.
hold back her tea.
I wasn't gonna
But
do that. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't
but
gonna
I
do that
think
to you.
Miko, you jumped really fast. What are some hot topics or something, baby? Warm me up before I start giving y'all all my tea now.
I first of all wasn't about to ask you nothing about your tea. I'm talking about something completely different, bitch.
What
You can
happened?
bring
So
up your tea like
before
you want to talk about it.
Me and Lachey had already had a conversation about how this was gonna go, and she's ready to take me there. And I'm telling her to hold on a second, let me warm up to get there.
Because I have several questions of my own about not about your tea, but about love, period. Because something Lachey said made it very interesting, I think, and a lot of people, for instance, straight love, man and woman love. There are plenty of women who have been in 30-year long relationships with men who have cheated on them but love them. Men who have beat them or abused them in some way, but there's still that love there. My question is, does love have to be perfect? Because we say that, DL men might object. And this is, first of all, me playing devil's advocate. This is not saying this is the kind of love I look for. I'm just saying I know that love can look a bunch of different kind of ways. What of the DL men who love us, but still have to balance this other life and scared, so we minimalize them and say, "Oh no, you're just objectifying me." When some of these men actually do have feelings. Some of
I think
these
that's a
men,
good. No, that's a good point. That's a good point because we're so quick to just judge these guys that are interested in us and categorize them as tranny chasers or just objectifying us. But the fact is, no one's perfect, and I think that we have to give them some grace, just considering their position in this world. And if we do want them to feel encouraged to be in a relationship, we have to give them that so they can have a comfortable place.
so that's where I'm kind of going with it. Does love have to look a certain way in order for it to be love?
Love is
Because
not supposed to hurt, though. That's right now. I know love
So,
should hurt.
it's not
question.
supposed to hurt, but sometimes when you're in love with a flawed person who doesn't know how to express love correctly, sometimes that is, like I said, there are women who are with men who have had to learn how to stop cheating on them and had to learn that this is really the woman they love, or have had to learn. And I'm not saying that any of this justifies any of that. All I'm saying is different people love different ways. So what is love supposed to look like? How is it supposed to? Because love looks different for everybody. Some
You're
people
right.
feel loved in different ways. Some things that make you feel loved may not make me feel loved. You know what I'm saying? And so when you say love isn't supposed to hurt, I've heard trans women and women say a nigga got to beat me if he loved me.
Mm-mm.
I don't believe he loved me if he ain't whooping my ass. I've
Mm-mm.
heard women say that.
Okay, can we first acknowledge that there's a thing called love, there's a thing called lust, and also there's a thing called trauma bonding.
Trauma
Okay,
bonding. Did you
let's
say
go from there.
lust? You also
Lust,
right.
yeah, lust.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's definitely in there.
We
Trauma
have
bonding.
to, and I don't think it's a time. I don't think it's a time frame that like you can be in lust with someone or you can trauma bond with somebody. I think it's. I think you first have to acknowledge what it is before we just start calling it love. Because that ain't always what it is. Some people, when you talk about these relationships, they go through this domestic violence situations and stuff. Most of the time, it's because it becomes a condition where a person is used to that type of behavior and has learned to deal with it, and also accept that, hey, this person might show up this way. It might be very abusive, but on the other hand, this is the only person I got in my corner.
Mm. And
Or
that's
they grew up with the belief or seeing or in a string of relationships. Say, for instance, a little boy grows up seeing his daddy, fathers who are supposed to teach their sons how to be men, growing up seeing his father hit his mama and smack his mama around every now and again. It don't happen often, but every now and again when the woman gets out of line, He slaps her, but he takes care of her, loves her, and does all that, doesn't cheat, doesn't do all that. This is just a man who has his own issue. This ain't about him not loving her. This is about an issue he hasn't fixed yet. But this boy grows up seeing that, so he thinks that's what love is. Love can be like that. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have an issue, but can we say that he doesn't necessarily love this woman just because he has this issue?
That's,
Mm.
that's interesting.
Mm.
That's an interesting take. Um,
And I don't think it's the right or wrong answer to that. I just think
It's all about the person, I guess, or what you're willing to accept.
people can love someone but be so traumatized that it shows up different. Like
Yes.
I can love you and be so used to neglect and being left that to it scares me that you're gonna leave. That I'm doing anything possible to keep you there, and sometimes it might be beat your ass, so you be too scared to leave. Not that I would do that, but I'm just saying.
that's an extreme situation, like if someone was being physically abusive. But I mean, we make compromises in relationships in general. I think just because, I mean, there's no perfect person, and I think once you get in a relationship, you come to that real. I mean, there's the honeymoon phase, of course, where you think they're perfect, but then you smell their fart or you see them do something, and you realize, okay, they're not perfect, and then you start realizing, okay, in life, okay,
There was another thing he fought in his sleep.
no, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Ew, I don't want to get to that.
Yeah, I just said like, but I think we have to make accommodations in general. Just, I'm not saying that we have to settle for a relationship, although a lot of us do settle because we feel like, okay, that's all I can get, right?
Okay.
But
Stay there for a
there's
second, Shay.
compromises. I guess what I'm saying. There's a
Yeah.
level of compromising in any
Yes.
relationship. So
Stay
it's
there
not
for
what you're willing to accept.
stay there for a second, sister. When you say willing to accept, let's talk about the reasons why we get in these trauma bonding relationships and why we be so willing and so interested in staying in situations that we know are toxic and nothing. We have to let's talk about that.
Okay, that's
We can talk about it for being a person, just a regular person, and then also talk about it from being trans individuals.
well. Is it the type of men we're choosing, or is it just
Behaviors we're accepting.
it's I don't know. I'm not sure. I know a lot of times we're either fetishized or we're hidden. We're not fully claimed by these guys, and that's a lot of times where we'll compromise because we'll understand. Okay, well, and I think sometimes we might need to be understanding about where they are because there's a growth that they're going through as well too, and we
I
can't
agree.
expect it to always be on our timeline. Like,
Exactly.
okay, he's hiding us for a reason because that's where he is in his life right now. But if there's a core to your relationship, you might need to make that compromise until he can grow to become a better person. I mean, sometimes people don't come in the door perfect, everything you wanted.
Right.
I mean, I think
I
in my
agree with
relationship, in my experience, I met my partner. We were friends. We were incarcerated, actually. So we were friends. We didn't have a relationship in jail at all, but we kept running into each other. And it did start when we first met. Initially, we had, kind of like, we jumped off with like the sexual thing initially. And I didn't think anything of it, right? But then we kept seeing each other and like the universe kept bringing us around to each other. Next thing I know, I had feelings for this person. I realized I like him and he likes me, right? And he wasn't perfect. He was far from perfect. He had all kinds of flaws. And he actually has had flaws through our relationship up until this point. Now we're smooth sailing now. But I had to watch that man grow. He had to watch me grow. I was a totally different, we were both totally different people. So I feel like we gotta give them some room, and we can't expect people to come in the door automatically every time the perfect man. Or
I
because we're not I'm not perfect.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I mean, I
yeah,
would like to say that I am, But
Sister,
there's flaws.
sister, you are perfect.
I
And
mean,
I'm with you, and I understand what you're saying and how you feel about it. But why are we always on the other end having to give so much? When it comes to finances, when it comes to our lifestyle, when it comes to the way we love, when it comes to our existence, when it comes to the way we have to accept everybody else going while dodging bullets. Why do we always have to give so much just to feel like it's love?
I feel like I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like to me it's kind of a supply and demand issue. That I mean, it's just the fact is there's not a lot of guys. I mean, there are a lot of guys who are willing to, have an intimate moment with you, but in terms of going past that, it's I won't say it's slim pickings, but we have to understand their position and where they are. So maybe their family may not understand. Maybe they're not comfortable with telling their friends or their coworkers, right? So we have to kind of like ride the wave with them until they get to that place.
So I can agree with you if we're talking about someone that makes six figures and has a whole business and by dating someone who is trans goes against their religion, their finances, and can put them in some type of jeopardy. But we are accepting this for people that have nothing to lose.
I agree. I agree. And
I
sometimes
think that's some of us, because I don't accept it.
Not, no, I'm just talking about like not some of us, but I'm talking about yeah, you're right, some of us. But like when it comes to like men that we could really benefit from that makes sense, those are not we use them as dates. Those become dates and trickeronies and all those different things. But the niggas that we let deep into our life really don't be having nothing to lose. And they they take what the reality of us being the prize away from us while trying to hide us like as if we disgusting or knowing exactly what we're already fighting for our existence on top of
I,
everything else.
we have a
I
woman that just
believe,
typed in. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, I believe because I've seen what you're talking about. For instance, my, y'all know, Patrice. My, one of my very best good girlfriends. I absolutely adore Miss Thing. But as pretty and as cunt as she is, she's always been the girl to foot the bill. She's always been the girl. And I've always thought to myself, Miss Thing, as pretty as you are, you let these men make you feel like they're the prize and that you take and that you're taking care of them, you buying them this, buying them that just to keep them hold on to them. Just for the minimal amount of personal affection you get just so that they'll walk around with you and in public and it used to and now that's not her today, but when back in the day that used to be my question to her is why is it that you let them think why is it that you think you're not the prize. I especially my last one, I've had three major relationships in my life. Two of them were men that I lived with that took care of me. My last one, Ron, he put me through school. Family loves him. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them kind of things. He used to like to show me off, even to his folks. And so I think that it highly depends on what you think of yourself and what kind of relationship you're getting into. Because I've never gotten into a relationship with a man that made me think he was the prize ever. And I would never let that happen because I'm too prideful.
You never
I
treated a
won't
man
let
like
that
he was
happen.
surprised.
Huh?
I said you never treated a man like he was surprised.
No. And that's because once you start doing that, that's when all the stuff that Pocahontas starts coming in. They feel like they start taking advantage of that situation. And usually it's niggas who need to be taken care of that take advantage of that kind of situation. That's why I don't get in relationships with niggas that need to be taken care of. I get in relationships with niggas that can take care of me.
Never that lucky.
You
and
see
to
what I'm saying?
and to piggyback on what you were saying about people that have their stuff together, a lot of times those guys they feel like they want to be a little more selective and they don't really necessarily may not necessarily want to open their doors up and all the things that they've amassed to someone, that hasn't worked for it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the same thing there. Like they may not be open to that relationship because of their status, their economic status necessarily. So they'll keep it in a place where they'll compensate you for your time and keep you moving
Because
because
it's
it's
Right.
easier.
easier for them. That's how they like to move. You know.
But would
So
you call that love?
I
I was
would
just
call
about
it
to say,
love.
so let's talk about that. Go back to what is love to us? What does real love look like to each one of us?
Someone who honors you and appreciates you for regardless
Thank
of who you
you.
are, what you look like. They it's your essence. It's just being with you. It doesn't have to be for me. Someone who shows up, who calls, who checks in, who's there, so emotionally, who's there as a friend, who's not judging me for the way I look necessarily, who sees past that. That's to me, that's love. I think there's more to it. I mean, of course, it's deeper than that, but those are like some of the fundamentals. I think for sure.
I agree with that too. And I also want to add it to me. I want someone that protects me and reassure me that I am enough, and that also protects me. And not only just protects me, and it's not only just relationships with like partners and stuff like this, but this is also friendships. Not only just protects me, but to protect the people that I love, and I want to be able to be. How could you love me and don't respect me in any space? How do you love me and not fight for me?
Well, I think that goes to what we were saying earlier about understanding where they are. Like
Hmm.
love is this thing that it's not judgment. It's
Right.
not me deciding you're less of a person because you're not shouting out to the world that I love trans women. Maybe he may not be comfortable. And me as a trans person, I should understand that. Because that's awkward for him to be in the locker room. You're saying he should be in the locker room and represent you as a trans woman and represent you everywhere. Maybe that's just not where he's at this time in his life. I think that, you have to pick your battles when it comes to love. And if that is his issue, if he's taking me home to mother, but he doesn't want to talk to his homeboys about it, maybe that's okay.
You got to give and take a
Yeah.
little bit.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
meeting your mom, but
Right.
you may not want to talk to your homeboys about that.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I'm good enough to meet your mom, but not good enough to meet your
it's
friend.
just because when it
It's
comes to
not.
Because
It's not for everybody.
yeah, your homeboys may not be nearly as a matter of fact, your homeboys might be downright nasty. You might end up having to fight your homeboys behind coming behind telling them about your girlfriend and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And some niggas know how to compartmentalize that shit. They know which people in their life are gonna be able to deal with that shit, which ones aren't. And they're just comfortable introducing you to ones that are. I've been dealing so 27 years ago, I started dealing with this one dude. To this day, I still talk to him and deal with him. When I'm in a relationship, we take our little break, but we always end up finding our way back to each other. This was a man that told me when we first met that I would never be anything to him but a fantasy. I would never be anything but a fetish, and he can't help it. That's just how it is, and that's just his life. And if I can deal with that, and I said, yeah, I can deal with that as long as you pay me. And we started off as clients. Actually, it took him a long time to become a client because we just talked about it for a long time, and because it was somebody I met in person, and we just kind of talked about it for a long time before we actually end up starting doing anything. And when he told me his views on it, I told him, well, that's fine, but the only men I allowed to treat me like that are men who pay. And
yeah.
so he was like, well, cool. And for a minute, for a span of a few years, he paid. But the more we got comfortable with each other, the more we talked, he started doing things that he said he would never do.
Mhm.
He started he took me started picking up his children with me while I'm in the car and introducing me to his children. I started spending the night at his house and started doing stuff that he said he would never do. And now this is somebody who, whenever something happened, whenever he going out of town, whenever he coming back in town, he always keeping me abreast of his life and checking in on my life. And we've been doing this for 27 years now. And then when I get in a relationship, when he get in a relationship, we still talk and still, you know what I'm saying? We still, and We cut off the sexual part for a minute, but the minute that ends, we right back on it. We've been doing this for 27 years. And it's gotten to a point now where I can honestly say he's become a valued friend and someone that I love. I'm not in love with him, but I definitely love him. And he has admitted the same. I think love can look different through time. He had to grow into understanding that he has a genuine attraction to trans women. He had to grow into that, you know what I'm saying? And some men, it does take them that time to realize that they are attached to this person that they said they would never be attached to. That they are attached, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes it just takes that. It takes time. I think that
It's
they I
evolution.
think I think it's just like
Girl, Miss
we give
Chloe
our parents
curling on her.
just like we give our
You
parents
Brian's
a
hair,
chance,
she curly hair.
like we give our parents a chance to have to warm up to it
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
understand what it is and
Good
understand
point.
how to maneuver it.
Yes.
Sometimes these men need the same thing. They
Same thing.
need the time to understand how to maneuver this, how they're going to approach this, how they're going to how they'll introduce us, how they'll, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
See,
I
I
understand.
understand that, and I also respect that. But how much motherfucking time do you need?
Hold on. I have a question.
How much time do we adjust? And you know,
How long does it
how much time do we give a person? And at the ages that we are, we have more years
hear me?
behind us than we have ahead of us. Are we still in a space to where we able to like wait 26 years before to finally decide that, oh, we have a tight friendship, or I love you, but then we don't really have that? And do we have to settle for being like by ourselves? Or sometimes, like something I just recently did, jumped in something really, really quick. I have a whole family that's eight. I need like my partner to not. I don't want to take anything slow. You need to come on in with the boom bang pow. You know, I don't have a lot of time. My babies are growing really fast, and I'm in the process of building alone. And if you come in automatically coming into my life, you have to be ready to go full force and build with me instantly. I laid the foundation. Come in and build. I don't have time for getting to know a person. And of course, take it slow, but also while taking it slow, do understand I have to keep my options open as well too, because I'm 41 now. You
A
know,
question.
looks is
Yeah, but
I'm starting to age.
I think
so
what's started.
how long before a man, or how early on into a relationship would you move in with the man? Would you allow him to move in with you?
I I can't hear you, Shay.
No, that was Chloe, but she was. Go ahead, Chloe.
No, she can't hear me. She can't hear me. Say it for me.
I can't hear
Uh,
you, Chloe.
She can't hear me. It's her thing. She
She
got
was asking how long would you take before letting the man move in with you and getting to know him?
how long, girl?
How long? How long?
How
I
long
mean,
would it take you to let him move on
to
in?
get the, so he got the key.
What does he
When
got
did he
to
get the
keys?
key?
Oh, oh.
Oh, that's all.
Well, let's move on. Okay, so
no, let's talk about it, because I think it depends on like the situation, right? And we're gonna be real, but you do know I'm your sister, and you're gonna have to run that little blow back, right? So you be prepared for it. You know what? I really think you should move nobody in without knowing they identification,
They social security
they
number.
social security number, what they're able to bring in, or anything. And I don't think you can put really a time on it, but I just feel like it's certain things you need to know before allowing someone to enter your safe space, you know? And I'm gonna talk around if y'all gotta be fucked up. But hold on, I need to come on camera for this because y'all trying.
I mean,
Hold on, you need to
I'm not
drop down
about to
and come
play
back
with
up.
y'all.
Drop down and come back up.
Um, but yeah, I really think you should really kind of weigh out options and stuff. What does this person bring to your life? Why does this person need to move in with you? Is he a safe space? Is it a somebody that you feel comfortable with? Is it somebody you trust? I think all these questions are questions that you need to know for sure, not just assume before you let someone into your safe space.
So
You know, and
there's
I don't think you can really put a time frame on it, but I do think you need to be 100. 100% sure of that the person that you're allowing to move into your space is one for you, gonna add to your life, not take from your life, and also someone that compliments you. I don't think it's just absolutely not overnight, not after a few sessions. And if you do let somebody move in with you really, really quick, know how to snap back really, really quick and get your mind together.
So
Okay.
do you
Hold on.
feel
Look at the
ever
comment. Look at the comment. It says, "My friend is my standard. Soon as I told her about my transition, she immediately learned my name and pronouns and has
I can't
gotten
hear her.
drop down and come back up.
Drop down
Drop
and come
down.
back
well,
up.
come out?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And pronouns and has gotten them right without fail ever since. Oh, so he must be
Well,
trans man.
but here's the thing though. If you're in a relationship with somebody, first of all, I'm not getting in a relationship with nobody in a full on relationship with nobody that don't see me as a woman already. Ron, me and him worked out the way we did. It lasted for 7 years because from the very beginning, even loving all of my body, he still regarded me as his wife, as his woman, and would treat me like that when we go out. He would never let me go nowhere without holding me in some way or grabbing my hand or doing something, even though it got on my nerves. He would, you know what I'm saying? He was just like that. But he would always like to show me off in that way because to him, he saw a woman, so everybody else saw a woman. So he didn't give a fuck. So that's just how it was. And so I'm not getting in a relationship with somebody who don't already respect my pronouns in the first place. He never did call me anything but she and her. You know what I'm saying? That's because that's how he saw me in the first place.
So do you think your past experiences have affected how open you are with love now?
Most definitely.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of us will restrict ourselves from being open and being vulnerable because we've had these negative experiences, and we kind of will hold that into the future, and that'll actually stop us from necessarily being open to someone who might be the potential partner that you're interested in.
I,
um,
I absolutely agree that my trauma is talking about me. I absolutely agree that my trauma pours over into any relationship or any friendship or any entanglements from my past relationship because instantly I go in not having trust, which I don't feel like you should have to trust no one, but I do instantly go in like
With your guard
running
up.
tests and playing games and let me see how this person gonna move and let me see if he gonna watch this girl and everything and all that comes from my past experiences. So I do, for me, I do feel like what I've already experienced has continued to be trauma for me that goes into my next relationships.
I say whenever you see red flags, don't disregard them. I feel like you should take heed to them. Which I take heed to every red flag I see, bitch. I'm like, oh, I felt like that before. I didn't like that feeling. I'm gonna stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I take heed to all of it because I'd be like, no, but I didn't like how that made me feel. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm
No, I
saying.
agree. I think that we can bring, I mean, but that's part of being human. You learn from things and you learn to protect yourself from things that have happened to you before. So you learn to watch out for things that have happened so they won't happen again. Most people are like that. Some people just ignore it and keep on jumping into the same shit over and over again. But
He
some,
says, you don't feel like you should have to trust anyone. How can you build a romantic relationship on that?
That's why I'm single.
Hmm.
are you single?
Because
wait, you don't
I,
feel like you should
I
have
am single. No, it's not. I don't feel like it is just because that's a guard that has showed up many a times to why I think everything is a red flag. What I'm saying is that it's problematic that because I don't trust no one, it's kind of hard to allow someone in because I'm already going into situations. Oh, this person can't trust. Let me watch this and everything. So again, my response is one of the reasons why I'm single today because of me not being able to trust. And because of that trust, it's hard for me to figure out how to build with someone when I have this trust guard up.
Are you recently single?
I'm single as fuck, sis.
I think a big part of relationships is also there's a point where we have to be vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
and be open to, okay, I trust you and I'm going to let you show me that you can be this person, and we have to give them that. give them the ability to step up to the plate. Sometimes we might push them to the side because everything ain't lining up the way we expected. You're not hitting shots. Um,
I
so
don't have the time to be letting nobody step up to no plates.
you want
You
them to
you
come
either
in.
you either at the plate or you not.
So you don't think you need to unlearn learn any of your patterns, like your unhealthy dating
I
patterns, and maybe make some accommodations and adjustments so that you can be a
I
little more open and receptive? Because I think that
I
that's
feel like I'm true to it and I'm new to it and I can play these fantasy games with myself if I choose to. But because I've experienced so many different type of men and have so many stories to tell and very aware of certain signs and what are things that are just deal breakers with me. I don't really have time to be playing with red flags and thinking it's a possibility for change because I've been in an 8-year relationship and it's not as long as the 26-year relationship that Miko talked about or the however many years that you've been in, Shay. But it was things I seen at the beginning that I ignored and kind of minimized. It was like, okay, we'll work on it. That still showed up at the end that caused me to be heartbroken. And if I would have played, if I would have knew that there was a deal breaker and not feel like that I'm a change maker and I could just change who a person already has shown me they are, then I wouldn't gained all this motherfucking weight or had a heartbreak and had to go through some of the shit that I went through. But
what moment.
because it was trauma bonding, I felt like that I started believing that this is my person and I can get through stuff. It just prolonged the time that we realized that we weren't meant to be together. And the stuff that showed up at the end was already showing up at the beginning. I just felt like that I could fight through it and I can do it. Certain shit you seeing now, and I don't know, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but certain shit that you are experiencing now is the same shit that you've been experiencing at the beginning, and us allowing them to like just continue to grow and accept it. Hey, baby, I'm out here fighting for my life. You're gonna watch me fight for my life and still not claim me or not stand up nowhere, but then want to be respected as a man. I don't know because as someone who has been taught that a man is a protector and a provider, having somebody scream, "I'm the man, I'm a man, I'm a man," and this is treat me like a man and respect me like a man, but then show up cowardly, it's confusing to me. You know,
So
it's very fucking confusing, huh?
what does emotional safety look like for you in a relationship?
It's
Emotional
all.
safety, like how does that show?
I respect clarity. I don't want to question anything. I need to know for sure that what you say to me is the honest truth and I can take it to the bank. And I don't want to have to, I'm a person that gets in my head a lot. I don't want to be able to get in my head and come up with this scenario that this person is that. I need to know for sure that my person is exactly who he says he is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yes.
And
right. One of my toxic traits is painting red flags pink. I'm actively working to unlearn that behavior.
Mm, mm.
But here's the thing though. There's not a man alive that don't come with some red flags.
Right.
The point is which red flags can you deal with and which ones can you not? Because there's not a perfect person. And the matter of fact, you said finding my person. I've gotten to a point in my life where I don't feel like I have a person. I feel like I love certain men in certain ways. And I can live with that. I need this man provides this man provides this man provides this. And together they might make the whole man because I'm not a bitch who want to live with nobody no way. I learned that from my last relationship. I was with that man for 7 years. We lived together for the first 2.5 years. It was and we're miserable. And when he moved out, our relationship got better and it put me through school and we got a little closer. You know what I'm saying?
but
It was
is that a real thing or that's just meant something to just deal with the fact that is more of a challenge to find that ideal person. I'm just gonna accept. Oh, every man can do
well,
all this. I don't feel like that.
I've been
I don't.
in
I
too
don't
many
feel like that.
relationships in my life to know who I am. This ain't about them. This is about me knowing that I am too difficult. I am somebody who has,
So complex. We're so
I'm a
complex.
complex bitch. I'm not even a people person. And so when it comes to men or people, and I barely like them, and especially in my space. So when I so I've learned that I can deal with love from afar. I can deal with, you know, getting the love that you can give, because I'm only gonna give you the love I can give. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going,
Mi-
I don't require a
Miko,
full, whole, encompassing love, because I've had that and it all ends the same. I
I want to ask a question, Miko,
Go ahead.
because like I know you're very strong minded, but I just wonder, like, have you ever felt like, I don't know, like you've accepted less than what you felt like you deserved just so you can feel chosen? Have you ever been in that situation?
I used to, and that was before I started charging motherfuckers to play.
Yeah. Okay. You want to speak on that? Like, where was your mindset
When
whenever?
I was young, and my first relationship, my very first relationship, I was 19 and he was 37.
Oh wow.
And we were together for 5 years. That was the man I ended up going to jail for aggravated assault with for biting his thumb off. We were, I was transitioning while I was with him. When he
Okay.
met me, I was one of those pretty painted punks,
Uh-uh.
and that's what he liked. But as time went on, I became more and more feminine,
You
and
hungry?
he became less and less attractive. And so when I finished with that relationship, I was really looking for validation, really looking for somebody to tell me that I'm good enough as a woman, tell me that they were attracted to me as a woman, tell me that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I did fall into this thing. I started meeting these men that just that would tell me I'm pretty at night and tell me I'm pretty, you know, in those wee hours when they wanted to come play. And I would accept that. But it started wearing on me because these are people that could call me, but I couldn't call them. They could
Mm.
come to my house, but I couldn't go to theirs. And it
See?
started feeling really funny to me because my pride don't allow that kind of shit. And that's when I started really getting into the whole hoeing of it all and charging these motherfuckers to touch me, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, you can give me part-time attention as long as you can pay for it.
I
Give me
mean, really,
something out of it.
it'll push a girl into that because you realize that you're just being victimized over and over without
Right,
any compensation. You
And,
know,
exactly.
you're left there.
imagine being in a relationship with somebody over 20 years and having to deal with the same shit.
But here's the thing. I'm the boy that I've known for 27 years.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him have never been in a relationship. It's always been a kind of friends with benefits sort of a thing where we've gone for years without touching each other. We've gone for, you know what I'm saying? But it's more of a friend. It became more of a friendship sort of a thing. And when I say I love him, I mean I love him as a friend. Like he's a genuine friend to me now.
See, that's
And
a different type. That's y'all have an understanding. So that's
right.
different from saying that I'm in love with someone. That's completely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Well, I asked that question just because I know, like you said, when we're younger, a lot of times we'll make that mistake, and we'll a mistake being desired for being valued, and we conflate those two issues. We'll think
Mhm.
because he's attracted to me, that gives me value, and that makes me more important to him.
Mhm.
When in actuality, it's just a transactional. So that's why it becomes transactional for me,
Right. That's
because I
for
mean
me too.
that's how they're seeing it in their mind. So it's just I think over time, we start to change our perception of what we will and won't accept. And that kind of does push us into a role where we want to be compensated for our energy and time at
Mm-hmm.
this point. At this point, you know. So it's challenging. There's a lot of challenges when it comes to love. Um, I don't know. Do you feel like that we self sabotage ourselves
Well,
at in any way?
I was just gonna say, I feel like with me escorting for so long, I find it hard not to attach love to money. So I feel like a way to show me love is to give me money, and I will try
Give
my
me money.
hardest. Yeah, I will try my hardest not
How
to.
do you love me and not give me money?
Right, I will try my hardest not to back to that, asking for money, but it's like inevitable almost. Like it's like okay, but it's
But
like
that's not
I feel like you need to give me compensate me for my
but that's not wrong though. That's a love language because let's be real. There
I was
are
about to
women
say that.
out there who want to be taken care of. There are many females out there who who expect to be taken care of. And that's how you show them love. I think escorts and prostitutes and hoes and all that kind of stuff get a bad rap. But what is a gold digger? Someone who is only with you because you can take care of her. Her love is derived from the fact that you can take care of her.
right.
That is not a uncommon or unheard of thing. You know what
Is
I
that
mean?
love or survival?
It can be both.
Because what happens when I'm not able to take care of you? Do you leave?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's survival.
She said, yeah.
It's survival. But what about? And I hear what you're saying. What about removing money and being able to financially provide for a person out of the picture, and then talking about like let's just say
I accept Cash
someone
App
like
too.
my sister Lachey,
Okay.
well established, financially secure, decides that she wants to date someone, or even if she's not all the way financially secure, but financial is not a money is not an issue, right?
Mhm.
But she finds someone that shows up other ways outside of money, and the sex game is not something that she's involved in. Because you do have trans women. All trans women are not involved in. Shay, give me a word, because if not, I'm gonna use a word that you don't like.
Oh,
Escort.
I just think in exchange money for their time.
Okay.
I feel like I find like I
Certified service
listen.
provider.
I had an issue with the word sex workers, or calling people sex workers. I feel like that's minimizing a person to just and to a transaction. A trans. The fact is, you're
Half the
asking
people.
me for my time and attention, and you don't really care about anything else besides that. I feel like you should compensate me for my time and my energy. That's just equal exchange.
But can I be honest though? Like I
It
can
doesn't
say
make me a sex worker. It just means I'm not getting used. You're
I
not
don't.
taking
I
I don't feel
agree.
advantage
like
of me.
I don't
I
feel like
agree.
I actually even have that much sex. Even though I'm a sex worker, I don't even have that much sex. Like I honestly don't. Like, and it's really laughable because I'd be like, damn, bitch, I'd be getting away with my mouthpiece like a lot of the times. Like I don't really have to do too much.
So you ain't making no money, Miss Mamas. That's what it
Oh no,
sounds like
I'm
you're
making
saying.
money. Oh no, I'm making
It
money.
sounds like you're making no money, Miss Mama.
No, no, I'm making money.
So not even, but what if a person? Let's just say we talking about love and we talking about getting to know people and we talking about what's too early and everything. Money goes out of the window when you're
Yes.
talking about being so tied to a person and all that. And I heard like a person getting a body use or something. What if I'm the person that's the breadwinner? You know, and what if money don't move me and I'm just in a space to where I just need companionship? Is that
But
is
then,
that not acceptable? Is that not a real thing? I gotta
well,
be able to
no,
get something. If not, I'm getting used.
that is absolutely a real thing. But here's where the love shifts or where it looks different. You're saying how you are when because I know a lot of girls who are financially secure who don't rely on sex work and have their own shit. But when it comes to men, because they are financially secure, they end up being kind of they always usually end up now this is not always, but they from what I've
Short and
seen,
petite
they usually end up getting these men
and survival mode. The need
right. They end up
end
getting
up
men that
end up
end up
becoming
getting
a build the bird kind of woman.
right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
What's
Because
that
you
mean?
can afford to, you end up kind of taking on these men that you know you can control the narrative with. And
Mhm.
and
Is it
that
that?
and that's why you just said, I ain't got time. You got to either come in the right way, you got to be with exactly what I'm looking for. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? Because you have the financial capability to not rely on them and not need that. And that's fine because you know most of us do. But you end up being kind of like the control aspect of that. You know what I mean?
I
Like
like
there's
wearing the pants. I don't mind wearing the pants. I like to be in control.
I mean, it's not tricking if you got it.
Oh, but I ain't doing no.
No, it's not. If you're a girl, listen. If you're a woman and you are so secure and your money is coming and you need a companionship and he's there fulfilling that need, I believe even though he might be there for survival, that survival can turn. It can evolve into a loving whole relationship.
So what happens? What happens when he get on his feet though?
That's
He
It ain't,
loves
it
you
ain't
just
gonna.
like
It
you
ain't
have.
gonna.
I
It ain't gonna
do.
be a man in my space that if you study me long enough and you are a man that's in my space, you gonna know how to make a coin. You gonna learn quickly how to get to a coin just by watching me alone.
Well, let me come sit in your space a little bit.
Mhm.
Mhm. I,
You learning. You already in my space, little baby. You learning. Just keep paying attention, honey.
but yeah, it
But
doesn't have
but
to be
I
black and white. I think we're making love this black and white thing, and there's so much gray area, and there's so much
Mhm,
room for growth. Like if we give
mhm.
it that. Like I think that's the reason why I felt like this would be a really good topic for us because us as trans women, like it's kind of like we have a very limited corner the of all the humans that are on the planet. We have a certain corner that are willing to do this, right? So
Mhm.
we need to understand where they are, and it might be a build a bear moment situation where you need to be the wind beneath his wings and help him understand his feelings and what's right between wrong, right? That's where you as a woman come in there and help him understand.
because most of
Mhm.
the time, like with the women that I notice in these long relationships, they have all most of the time been in these relationships because they have been the person that keeps everything together.
Uh-huh.
No,
Think,
Dave,
think,
we need to compile a list of all the trans attracted men, and we need to do a pop with the balloon challenge with all the trans girls. That'd be so bad.
Okay, we can take a running list. Anybody wants to do the pop up the balloon, we can line the girls up. Just like put your name in the
the
list
shade is
and
I don't want
wait.
nobody on there was on the list. I don't even know because baby, if they was on the list one, honey, I'm sure they probably on tag, Christian
Yeah.
Mingle,
Yeah,
Yeah.
POF, and
Christian
everything,
Mingle.
ready to pop some more balloons.
No
Christian
list.
Mingle.
And I'd like to talk about my relationship a little bit more. I know I talked about it earlier, and I said that we had met in jail. Like I was doing 10 months, he was doing like a lot of time. We both were like trying to find our way,
Mhm.
and like us getting out of jail, like I knew who he was. Like he wasn't a rich man. He didn't have anything to contribute. He fell in love with me. He didn't almost he fell in love with me, but like he took interest in me while I was in jail. But we didn't have a relationship, so I had a lot of respect for him because we didn't cross that border. And so like we built our relationship on friendship and just a genuine liking
Absolutely.
each other. And it kind of
Mhm.
grows. And it wasn't about finances and can you pay my bills. It was about
Mhm.
I like this guy and he's kind of funny and we have a good time together and he makes me smile and we feel good together like those that was the foundation. And I think for us to find love we need to remind ourselves that those are the things that are important. Like, do I like him? Do I really like him? Like, can we be together whether if there was no dollars here? Could we be together eating peanut butter sandwiches?
Mhm.
See, in
Mhm.
jail, you can find true love because you do everything that you stress about in the free world. You don't really have to deal with those
Sis,
barriers.
we
Like
were
you
not
ain't
in a relationship in jail. He didn't. He hollered at me once. One time, I did 10 months. He hollered at me once to let me know he was interested. But I did not choose him. He was not the biggest fish. I chose when I go to jail. I pick the biggest dude in the room. That's gonna be my boyfriend. So
I,
the guy that's my man, he was not even on the list.
That situation like that. I actually messed with. Well, I didn't mess with him in jail. When we was in Denton County, he was in there for murder, and it gagged me when I got out. He ended up getting out off bond. His people bonded him out, bitch, and we ended up messing around off POF, bitch. Now that you say that, he found me on POF, and we ended up messing around like 2 or 3 times, and then girl, he showed up dead. He got killed in Deep Ellum for a shootout, bitch, out on bond for murder. It's crazy.
But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of times a
a
guy
comment.
that you're with, he may not be like, oh, okay, Fortune 500, but guess what? When your tire's flat, who's gonna be there? When somebody's kicking your door down, who's gonna fight that man at the door, right?
Hmm.
Like little things like that matter.
Is he gonna fight that man if he hiding a person from his
I don't seen
friends?
them rolling on the ground
That's
with people
not.
that try to break into my house, stuff
Mhm.
like that. Are
I
you?
got
Are
Bitch,
you
the
gonna?
bitch, the dog will fight the man that tries to break in your house.
I got a baby.
And we talked about
That's
it
low
earlier.
hanging fruit. That's
I talked
I
to you
feel
about
like
that point earlier, since we had just talked about it. A man ain't gonna gotta tell his homies that yeah, I get down and I like trannies.
I don't
You
want
don't,
you to
you
like.
ain't gotta
I don't even
you ain't
want
gotta
you to.
tell you ain't gotta
It's
tell
not
your
no
homeboys.
transsexual.
I don't want you to say that, but to me, you separating what a woman is from what a trans woman is. If you respect me as a woman, it ain't even got to be nothing explained to
He
me.
gotta go tell his homeboys.
That I agree with.
I don't know. I don't feel like no. I don't want you wearing a trans shirt because baby, you wear a trans shirt, you probably gonna have to get the hell up out of here. But I
No, because
don't
the
want you
tea
to,
is, I don't want no man
especially.
that's broadcasting it because I'm not broadcasting it.
I'm not broadcasting.
When
I'm
we
not
out
walking around
together,
telling the world
when we out
I'm
together, I
trans.
expect the world to look at us as a man and a woman who are a couple. That's it. I don't need
And
you
you
to tell people
normalize
you ain't
that
the
as
tranny.
much as possible. You ain't got to do all that, but one thing I do expect you to do is don't ever let nobody disrespect me. And if you feel
Right.
like you're around somebody that is going to disrespect me, this is where your allyship kick in.
Right.
This
I
is
would
where
agree.
you're
And that
allowed
I,
into
happens.
a space that I'm not allowed to, and where you just you make a person understand that hey, you don't like trans women, but the woman I'm with just so happened to have a trans experience, and I love this person,
Uh-huh.
and this
I agree
person
with
is
that.
not all the things that you might think of and all this stuff. This is somebody I love, and you
so
don't get to
he
disrespect this person, and that's
so he
if
needs
the
to out himself.
conversation
He needs
up.
to out himself, put
No,
himself.
that's not what I said. You're not listening. You're being defensive. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get it.
Well, girl, just pay a little more attention and remove yourself out of it. I'm not saying walk around, oh, I want a trans woman, on with a trans woman. If you do, hey, but if not, you don't have to. But don't ever let it be a situation where you can stand up for me and you cower up and hold back just for your identity, which is at the end of the day a fake because you are who the fuck you are and you're dating who the fuck you're dating. This is your moment where you can finally stand up and be a man. And if that friend does not accept you for the man that you are and the person and love and the person that you love, then is that
It's not a real
person
friend.
even really your friend,
It's
your
not even
real
a real friend.
friend?
Yeah,
Question.
no,
Because
not
you
even a
know
real
what
friend.
I compare that to? I compare that to and I was just watching a story about that today about this black woman who divorced her white husband because she walked in the house and the mama was like, "See, I told you I didn't want you marrying this nigger," and he kind of didn't defend her. He just said, "Well, not all of them are bad," and he said something goofy like that. But
Mm-mm.
if you know you come from a racist place and you know you're in love with a black person, every time racism comes up, you should be ready to stomp it out. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly, the point she's making. It ain't that you got to go around saying I'm in love with a tranny, but when transphobia rears its head, you have to be ready to stomp it out and be like, hey, I
So,
don't like that.
question: would y'all ever consider dating a witch queen, or do
No,
y'all feel like y'all can fall in love with a witch queen?
no,
Oh no, no. They like niggas like I like niggas.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I can
no,
never trust you. I can never trust you. No.
no.
I think I kind of like a witch queen though. Witch queens are kind of cool.
I mean, I think that they're cool people. It's just that,
Yeah,
like, in
yeah,
terms of like, okay, I already know what it gives.
right.
You look at we both dick watching. I mean,
That doesn't necessarily mean that though, because I mean it's witch queens that are attracted to trans women.
true, true, true,
Yeah,
true.
but
I mean, I won't say I never.
It's
Okay,
picky,
never say never. Never say never, because there's always the exception to every rule. There's
right?
always the exception.
you
Like,
know what you know what the difference to me is, or what that makes me feel like
But
when I'm with a man who's attracted to women.
uh-huh.
I feel like,
A woman.
he likes that. He in most cases likes that thing that's male about me, but he's attracted to what's feminine and woman about me.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to men who are attracted to men, I feel like they're attracted to me because what's man about me, and the woman about and just the feminine part is, just
I feel you.
a novelty. You know what I mean? And so that's one of the reasons why I like you were talking about the strip club and going to the Marty's at the strip club and or the tequilas in the strip club and all that. When I'm watching gay strippers, they might be all over me, but I know I'm not really the flavor of the month. You know what I mean?
But wait a minute. You just said a while ago that men can change, you know? if you give him a little time, honey,
I
this
believe
same man that you was just saying that
They give him 27 years.
give him
no,
27 years, girl,
I
and now
believe that.
you can
But
say you
look,
love him. At this age right now, I am still single because for so many years I have said because I'm trans, I have to date this type of man.
That's
This
right.
man need to show up this type of way, and I need this man to make me feel this type of way to validate who I am in everybody's eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
The strangest thing happened to me the other day. I have a friend girl, cis
mhm,
woman, true story,
mhm,
and I hadn't seen her in a while. Y'all don't read me, but this is the real deal.
Oh Lord.
And I asked her, I said, well, friend, man, you had became really, really close. Why did you what happened? Like, what happened to our friendship? Like, how did you just disappear and just go and like I ain't heard from you or nothing? You know, this Trump had the nerve to tell me. And when she said it, it disgusted me. She was
Hmm?
like, friend, she said, I have to tell you something. And before we even, I just have to tell I had to bag away from you because I had became very attracted to you.
What?
mhm.
Okay. It happens.
And you know how I do when I feel uncomfortable, I start saying, sis, look, girl, look, hey, girl, you tripping, girl. What time you gonna pull up at the party, girl? Cause Miss Thing, this okay. But when I start thinking about, and no, I'm not attracted to this person, but when I start thinking about the qualities, when I think about now, I'm not dating for what a person looks like. I'm dating for someone who can help me build, someone who are good with kids, someone who
Mhm,
understands what a partnership is, someone I can trust and stuff. This individual has all those qualities. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? And I was just like, so what's going on, girl? Like, what's going on? Like, I know I'm not the person I'm looking at. I'm not attracted to like the outer person, then, but really, if it was actually a real thing, bitch, you'd be everything that I need. You know, oh, it sounds so weird to say, but really, when I think about the qualities I want and I'm looking for in my partner, you are the perfect candidate for a team player.
But is that a partnership or a relationship?
I don't know a relationship without a partnership.
I mean, you can have both, but what I'm saying is you need both. It can't be one
I
or the
need
other. If
that's
you're
what
in,
I'm saying. I
if
need
you're with someone in a if you're in a relationship with a person that you're not attracted to, you just like the values that they hold and the way they move. This is not something that you want, not somebody that you're even sexually attracted to. Me, a relationship includes partnership, but it also includes the compassion and romance and the passion of it all. And so if you're somebody that I'm not necessarily attracted to, but you have qualities uh, that I like, I think that makes more of a partnership than it does a relationship, which a good relationship is both partnership and relationship in my eyes. But
I
a
agree.
partnership, if you're just with someone because of their qualities, but you're not, this is not somebody you really want to wake up next to every day. And this is not really, you know what I'm saying? This is not somebody you can see getting romantic with and really having a good, fun, romantic time with. But this is somebody you can see helping you raise the kids and helping you pay the bills and how they move and how, you know what I'm saying? That's more to me of like a partnership as opposed
So
to
let
a
me ask you, and speaking to what y'all was saying at the beginning, when it comes to like, would that be a person that's worthy of you taking your time and giving 27 years to, so you can learn to be attracted to someone that will pour into you, that will build with you, and give you whatever your ideal future looks like? Is there somebody more worthy of giving 27 years to than the motherfucker that's still gonna not claim you in public or just keep you in the friendship space to where you just, oh, I love you, but I have to find every other thing and everybody else instead of like learning to love someone that completes you and someone that you might not normally have been attracted to, but can become attracted to. Is that more worthy of investing time and sacrificing time and commitment and growing and taking your time with a person like that over somebody that we hope will eventually change?
Well, that's just it. Well, I first of all, I agree with what you're saying.
That we
So
know
if
will
you're
never
referring to
change.
if
Let's
you
be clear.
if you're referring to my situation, when I say
No, I'm
27
just
years,
talking.
no, but what I'm saying is because you keep saying 27 years, but this is what we have grown into is not a relationship.
But
This is
that's a
not
long
somebody, I,
time.
but it's not somebody I'm in love with. This is somebody that I love. This is not somebody I'm in love with. This is a friendship that has developed. This is just out of knowing each other for so long and out of getting closer and just kind of keeping in touch with each other and constantly, helping each other with problems and doing it. That's a friendship that evolved. This is somebody that I still don't expect to jump out of the closet, but he's been he over the years has done more things to try and make that step. But this is not somebody that I'm in love with. And
But
this is somebody I don't
you're
plan on
talking about a
following.
friendship. I'm talking about being in a
But I
relationship.
would
We're
never,
talking
I
about
would
I'm
never
saying
suggest.
27 years because 27 years, giving somebody 27 years is a long time, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an entanglement, whether it's just
Well,
27
I'm
years
sure
is
it
a
wasn't.
long
I'm
time.
I
sure it
would
wasn't
never give
overnight.
27 years to somebody to try and fall in love.
But I'm
Never.
sure it was incrementally. I'm sure through the 27 years you saw moments of growth and potential, and there
Yeah.
were moments where of light that you felt like, you know what, I'm gonna keep investing into this guy and see where it goes because he's
Yeah.
showing me potential.
This is not, again, not somebody I plan on ever falling in love with. This is just somebody that I love. Because just like I love all of my friends, but I love him in that way because he's shown that he can be a friend to me. But I would never give somebody 27 years to fall in love. That's something completely different. If we're trying to be in a relationship, you don't have that long to figure it out. That's not what this was. You don't, that's why when I get into a relationship, me and him kind of stop with the all the extracurricular activities. He might keep in touch, I might keep in touch, but we stop with all of it. Like my last relationship, me and him didn't see each other that whole relationship just because I was in a relationship with someone else. And so we didn't see each other that whole time. And that's fine. That's how our lives have worked up until now. Because we're not in no relationship. We're not in love like that. But if I were trying to be in a relationship like that, it would have ended a long time ago because you don't have 27 years to fall in love with me. I don't
Mhm.
give you that long. You don't have that long at all. And that's why I know I could never fall in love with him because he's in a specific category to me now.
So does our partner need to be financially secure? Is that
No, we're
necessarily?
not even talking about financial. We're talking about like someone when we talk about love, about being when we describe love about being soul tied and someone, when I talked about trust and you talk about all those different things you talked about, I'm saying, can we because most of the time when we start creating these situations with these different individuals, we go off of attractions first and what we can only see. Then we go into trying to learn about the person. But what if the first thing we see are the things that we know for a fact complements us instead of what a person can see? Because a person can go outside, get burnt and turn pink and white. Are we still gonna be attracted to that person? We're gonna have some more than just an attraction to that person. What else do we have to hold on to? Kind of like the situation we get in, baby. You got to give me something to work with, or girl, it's a flop, And but what if this person is not the person that we would normally ideally date when it comes to like what that person looks like? But you have
And some
all
of
the
these men, after time, turn into people who we wouldn't date. They started off fine. You have to realize we old now, and they old too. And now they even got fat, lost their hair. Most of them bald. They
I'm not the same age as y'all. I wish you could say that.
It's
you
girl. It's
about the
five. What is it? Five, six
you
years
about the
difference?
same
Like
age.
seriously,
You about the
It's a
same age.
difference.
it's like 5 years, girl.
Yeah, you about the same age.
I
And,
graduated in the 2000s. Y'all graduated in the 80s.
Well, I'm the
but
I'm I'm
hey,
I'm Beyonce's age, so
yeah, me too. Yeah,
No,
me
I'm
too.
just
Yeah,
joking.
yeah.
I
But
seen a
listen,
comment about young individuals calling thinking it's a flex to call an older person like the comment was like Chloe, you posted it, but I was on the phone when she was talking about it because she got into it with like a younger queen and they called her old queen and behind the old queen she was like You reading me saying I'm an old queen, but bitch, ain't that the goal?
Yeah, to get old, bitch. You don't want to die quick, do you?
So when I joke with y'all and do like that, I'm only joking because to me, I think y'all are very beautiful, and I hope that I make it to your age because a lot of girls my age don't even get to see that age, and then like girl, I got some kick ass sisters, and both of my sisters have walked through any scene
Girl,
with
ain't nobody
hoes
paying attention.
that's 19 years old, and you don't even think to look at that 19-year-old what you call it. So when I say stuff like that, I'm only joking with y'all, and I hope y'all know
Okay.
that.
Girl,
And
ain't
even
nobody paying
like
no
for
How
our
attention
we
to you.
followers
talking
and our
about
listeners and
that?
stuff, I'm only joking with y'all because it is a goal to make it not only where you are, but where G Mama is at 73 and all that. Being
Amen.
Real
old
talk.
is
Real
the
talk.
Amen.
flex. Aging is
Amen.
the flex. And I just wanted to point that out there because I be joking a lot on the show. And sometimes people don't know if you like joking and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the goal is to get older. I don't want to die tomorrow. I
And
want to get old.
to what you were saying earlier, the men that we are attracted to, they change too. Like the man
That's
that I met 27 years ago, he was fine and the motherfucker had a hair full, had his little fade and all this stuff, and was it. But now he didn't got kind of that old man weight.
And then want to be
He
openly
bald
trans
up here.
attractive. Yeah, I'm
Look, he
sick of it.
look, he
That's
got
when they
that.
want to be. That's when they want to be openly trans attractive. I got
Look,
all these old.
yeah, he got that Georgia
Wait a minute, hold
Jefferson
on. Let me
happening,
correct it.
and
I got
he's
all
got
these
the
seasoned men that
yeah.
done lived all their life being fine, and now they done had a stroke, and the right side of their face don't move, and or they got 2 or 3 fingers done been cut off. No shade, and I'm not
Mhm.
joking, but I'm just saying
uh,
these are the kind of options that they be throwing themselves and like, hey, I'm ready to settle down.
They do that to females too. They
yeah,
wait
and
till
you
they're
don't want
good and
girl, you
old
don't
before
want them
they're ready
too
to get
young, do you?
married.
Huh?
You don't want them too young. You don't want them too old. So it's
I'm
got to be
I
somewhere.
want a little excitement.
I think somewhere in the 30s, 40s. That's a cute little soft
A little
spot.
excitement, a little established. I don't mind. I ain't shaking no purrs, but I don't mind being the breadwinner. But I need you to come in like removing some stresses off of me so that I can love you the way I'm able to love you. If
Yeah,
I'm still
I want to check in with some of the comments because they're going off on these comments. What what's all the emojis? Y'all
That's
use words so we can
that's
know
Island
what's.
Brandon. She just saying she's dead.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
have a question though.
yeah,
When
well,
we
how do we
first
bring you back to life?
right.
when we first started this conversation, you talk Pocahontas, you said you weren't ready to talk about your situation. You thought we were jumping right into that. But what was your situation? What was that? Let's talk about
Okay. So over the so over the so I tried it.
Easter weekend.
it.
She said she's gonna
What was
date.
it? What was happening there?
Sometimes a girl just get lonely.
Oh Lord.
You can have all the money in the world and everything can look fancy in there, but sometimes it just comes a time to where you just want somebody to lay next to,
Hmm.
and with situations like losing my son and stuff, and yeah, I got my babies and stuff, but for a whole week I cried in my bed by myself and I just wanted somebody to touch, or somebody that I felt like would be there. So I got a call from a YN that I was very attracted to that was going through a situation. We was having crazy mad sex for the last couple of months. And it's
Hmm.
just been amazing. But I was in a space to where I just want just want
Some
some
companionship for a minute.
companionship. Yeah, So
No, because
girl, I just wanted to show you need to feel like your tea too.
I
Uh-oh.
have
But
no keys, sis. What are
yeah,
you looking for?
so he got in a situation, and this is somebody I'm letting like just come over like almost every weekend, and we bonding only through sex. We not having no conversation. Come in, drop the drawers. Let's just do what to do, and then when it's over, let's go. But he called me. He was like, "I'm going through a situation, and my lease is up, and I'm moving out of my place, and I haven't found a place yet. Do you mind if I come over to stay?"
Hmm.
Oh,
What
Now,
was your
the
insurance? So I
problem
can
the
tell them.
problem with it is that one, my house is a safe space for not only me, but I'm also raising 4 kids, right?
Yes.
By myself. No government assistance. What the girl say? No
Amen.
government assistance, and not that that's a
Amen.
flex or nothing, but I'm
Wow.
thankful to be in a position to be
Wow.
able to raise them. But when I think about letting people into my home, I have to think about not just me. I have to think about also the kids I'm raising, and not only that, but I'm also raising girls.
Yes.
But again, in a space and being vulnerable, you get to be like, well, Lord, you know I need some help. It's a big old strong man, and even if he can't help. The baby got good dick. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
just from time to time, just let them roll over and mow the yard or something. We'll get through everything else. I can teach them how to maneuver everything else. That's all I want to talk about.
Girl, what
Cause
happened?
y'all want to get about business, and I don't want
Is
y'all.
he still there?
Absolutely not. He
Oh,
moved in Friday, and I moved him out Monday.
Well, I think that's valid though. You want to give an opportunity, just like in a space, in your space, a natural space, just to see how he interacts and see how if you guys did have any
what did
potential.
he do
And, and,
wrong?
and also, and also, let's acknowledge
What
that
did he do
when he
wrong?
when he came in, the kids were not here.
Okay,
Right.
what did he do
Right.
wrong?
Um, I don't think he did anything wrong. I think I was just in a space of needing a shoulder to cry on and
hmm
some
But what
good
was the
dick.
moment? What was the moment when you felt like this wasn't gonna be y'all weren't compatible?
When he opened my baby jungle juice,
he
Mm.
did what?
Yeah, he tried to take liberties that
Shay,
he didn't have.
Shay,
Hmm?
Wait a
that
minute.
was the
Wait.
moment
What's
when he
happening? What
opened
happened? He did what
my
now?
baby jungle juice.
He took
That was just
liberties that he didn't have with the
So he
yeah.
juice
started
that
And
going
was
to
to
your
his.
house
me,
illegally.
I'm okay with letting someone come into my life, and I can teach. I know how to respect the kids and everything. I'm a mother. First thing out of anything is and I'm a guardian. And for my main priority over anything is protecting my children.
Mhm,
I'm not gonna bring anybody I think is what you call it. And people have mastered looking like something that they're not and being something that you never thought they would be.
mhm.
But I think
Oh.
I read energy good, and I didn't feel that from him, and that's one why I wanted to make sure that my kids were not in the house when he came in.
hmm
But also, as I got to bond with him outside of it just being a sexually bond, there were some things that I noticed and some thing and questions that I had before I introduced him to the kids.
hmm
And the first impression was a big thing of what that looked like when finally introduced him. And to me, it felt like it was no connection, no interest, and he came in. It was a situation to where like I'm
Mhm.
coming in because I don't have nowhere else to go. I'm not really interested. I'm interested. I want to keep fucking you, but I don't want to commit to you. I don't want to be a team player. I want to only focus on getting myself together, and I don't want to pour nothing into you. But I need you to
Point.
allow me to use every resource that you have, for
Uh-huh.
it's like food, finances, car, housing. I need everything that you have for me, but I'm not willing to even put up a shelf for you.
So
Damn.
tell me, did you guys have a moment of dialogue
Oh, the
where
whole time
where
we
you
was
talked
here.
about some of the things that you're feeling now? Like I think for me in my relationship, I've learned guys can't read minds. Guys are like kind of like I don't want to call them dogs because they're always compared to dogs, but they're very simple. So if you want
Emotionally
them to do
retarded.
something, if you want them to do something, you have to tell them, "I need this, and I want you to do that," and you have to communicate those things.
And
In a,
sister, I am willing to figure out and do all this stuff, but one thing with me that I'm not able to negotiate, and trust is a big thing. I don't care where we are. I need to know what I'm a part of. And I don't want to question a motherfucking thing, even if it's something new. I need to feel secure within whatever I'm about to be involved in, or I have learned that it would not work.
okay. Well, that's
Even if
cool.
it's an ideal of just, even if I even just think, is he? I don't got time for that. I
You don't
got a
want to
whole
question
life
anything.
going, and my life moves really, really fast. I don't have time to just take time and just I don't have time. You have to jump in and come on with it. And I need to know as we moving in certain situations, like having a family over or bringing the kids. I just observe like not what he told me, but the way he moved in
Mm.
it left a lot of things cloudy. And because I move so fast, I don't have the luxury of cloudy anything in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
why Monday morning, I knew that no more interaction with the kids. And this is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I don't trust you, I don't care if it's a friendship. I don't care if it's we co-workers or nothing. If I don't trust you, you can't trust me. And I don't even have time. I don't even have enough time with all the responsibility that I have to even play those type of games with anyone. So the best thing is for you to do is just figure it out on your own because this is a situation that I can't be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't give me just a moment to where, oh, I can, if nothing else, I ain't got to worry about this.
I just
I
think a
can
big
deal with it.
I think a big part of relationships is how they start. How you set that thing up from the beginning explains defines what will and won't be allowed throughout the entirety of the relationship. And if we have problems, we have to be able to work those out and have some kind of dialogue or find some way. For me, that's really important. Like we're going because we're going to have problems inevitably. But the real test of the relationship is how we work out the problems that we inevitably will have,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to always have them. So,
Mm.
from the beginning, if you can't work out problems, then it's never gonna work. Like it's never gonna
I'm
work.
I'm willing to work out problems at the beginning, but you gotta think about it. This is my safe space. If I can't trust you in knowing that you're coming in a situation, just lost your job and everything, and I have to trust you in my house, but I don't trust you, that's
Yeah,
not something. It's no longer my safe space.
that's
Because now
true.
I'm worried about it. I just don't have time for it. And I know working out problems. That's if you taking your time and have all these years to get to know each other. But this situation, we moved really, really fast.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have the luxury of time to like build in situations and learning each other's triggers and what we moved really, really fast. I was in the space, he was in the space. It's somebody I enjoy fucking. This is somebody I say, oh, you're attractive. I'm attracted to him. I think we look good together. This motherfucker 6'6", look like he can pick up the goddamn car outside. Y'all seen him.
So
Mm-hmm.
you
But
don't think so you don't think there was any room for potential for growth through communication?
I feel like with enough tension, someone can build them.
Okay.
But
That's what
I
she's saying.
don't
She
think
don't have time for that.
I don't have the capacity. I'm raising kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so my main priority is one protecting them and making sure that I'm raising them to the best of my ability. So
Yeah.
although I think that it's good, and if you want to come through after you done got put out, I'm open for it. But like the tension and the catering by him being one young, he 31, I'm 41,
Mm-hmm.
and the tension and the growth that he's required to have as a man is not beneficial or even a type of anything that needs to be in my life right now because it can easily it can easily go from helping a person out to a big distraction that can cause me to lose everything that I worked hard for. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
have the luxury of that because it's not just me. I'm raising four people I have four living bodies that depend on every move I make.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in fantasy land for the weekend, but I instantly, y'all know, it was like that. Like, okay, girl, you tried it. It was cute. You gotta go.
So that was fun. Okay, bye.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. I mean, it was really fun. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
only
my
you know.
weekend.
Only you can decide like what works for you, because you know your circumstances and what works, like your triggers and all the things that you need. But it's different for everybody. Like some people can, take some time and communicate with the person, and they grow together. Like ultimately, we want to have a relationship where we can grow through different phases of life together. And the reason why we talk is so that we can have an understanding between the two of us.
But what happens when you're not growing anymore? You're just stuck. You're just stuck.
Do
And
all
one person, all the
relationships?
weight is on one person. Because eventually, if we're not growing together and we're just stuck, all this weight is on one person. that personally, that body is gonna eventually start. It's gonna start showing up with backaches, all type of stuff. It's gonna show up in some type of way when all this stress is on that one person. When you're growing and you're thriving, and the person is still stuck,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a collaborative
it's
effort
gonna
though.
start
A
showing up.
relationship, no, a relationship has it's a collaborative effort. Both parties got to have the same energy, want to be there, want to contribute, and they both got to. I don't think you. I'm not trying to say, but I don't think you wanted to try to make it work because too many signals was going off. So that's probably why you didn't spend a lot. Because if you wanted to, I'm sure you would have been like, "Let me sit you down, baby. I need to talk about some things, and it's just not sitting right with me." You would have tried to work it out, but it just wasn't. You don't feel like you had the time for it. But like if you wanted to make it work and he did, then y'all it would. That's how that works. It takes two people.
But was that a real thing, or was I needing some a shoulder to cry on for that moment while I was going through what I was going through, and he was looking for a situation to get into until he figured out
Right.
his
That was
situation.
two needy people needing each other at the moment. That's all that
Yeah,
was.
that's what that was. I just think that
Mhm.
sometimes, not your situation, but I think sometimes we do. We may look past the potential candidate because of these predetermined issues, predetermined relationships, the list that we have that we want them to check off all the things on our list. So it's just there's challenges.
What happened with you this weekend? What was your experience?
Who me?
Or Lachey, no, Lachey's experience wasn't over the weekend. It's how long have you and your partner been together, Shay?
Okay, so she wants me to talk about a particular thing. I've been okay.
Oh, bitch,
Um,
come on.
I really don't think it's really tea.
It's not
Okay, so
tea, but it's
yeah,
something that
like I've been.
happens a lot.
I almost feel like we talked about this already. We just kind of didn't specifically talk about it regarding me, but in terms of yeah, I've been in a long term relationship, and it's been a lot of ups and downs. We've lived together for years. We've come to the point now where we have separate residences, and this is actually becoming very popular. I've heard it even on TV. Like people are doing this, where you'll be married and your husband may live across the street, or he'll live in the back house.
Mhm.
That's our relationship. It just works better for us. I don't have to clean up after him. I don't have to go and make him a sandwich every few minutes. Like I don't have to like pick up his clothes. That's how we can maintain the peace in our relationship, and that works for us.
Uh-huh.
Polka wanted me to talk about this because I shared with her that my partner does have his own apartment, and at one point, his he decided to move one of his friends in.
Uh,
One of his friends is running from the cops or whatever, running from the laws, and he needed a place. One of his friends that I don't know where he came from. I don't even know this dude, right? But apparently, his friends, we had it worked out. He just said he felt like it was better for me not to come to the house, to his apartment, while his friend was there, because his friend doesn't know about me, my status, or anything. And
mhm.
honestly, I'm such a busy person. I got a lot of things going on. I really didn't need to go to his apartment anyway. He comes to me in my apartment on a daily
So
basis. So it wasn't like I needed to go over there. He comes over here every day.
now I remember you telling me that he had a roommate. I did not know that his roommate was oblivious to the tea.
And I mean, it did bother me. I'm gonna be honest. It did bother me. But I didn't, when it comes to relationships, that's what I was saying earlier. You want to look at, okay, what is this? Is this person doing like 99% good? And this is the one weird thing that he's doing? It was a little weird. Yeah, it was a little weird. But I know him and I know what he does for me on a daily basis. He's there every day. So I don't feel like incomplete or I'm missing anything. And if
Mhm.
there were any flags, any red flags or any T's,
Mhm.
I probably would have kicked the door down. But I just didn't feel that the need for that. And I feel like in a relationship, you kind of want to weigh out your battles. I noticed when I brought it up to him, it was kind of putting him in an awkward position because he wanted to be there for his friend who's running from the law. He wants to be there for him. And he didn't feel like me as his partner should be putting pressure on him for supporting his house. And by the way, this is his apartment. It's not my apartment. I can't tell him who to move in, right?
Right.
So I was understanding about that. And I mean, me and Poker, she actually had
I didn't shoot no corners. I didn't shoot no corners, and you pulled it out of me. Don't shoot no corners.
no, you kind of like you made me think about
I
it,
didn't
and maybe
downplay anything. I didn't downplay anything.
no, and she
Okay,
has a
but this
valid
ain't
point.
this ain't. We ain't got to do that on here. We ain't got to do that on here.
Okay.
You're right.
I do
You know,
think that I honestly think that there is nothing wrong with that. I, especially if it's a, a very specific situation in which you housing somebody that's running from the law, you trying to tuck them, you know what I'm saying? It's a very specific and unique situation. This is not, not like
I disagree. I disagree, and this is why. And I'm not talking about nobody in particular. There is no way I am going to be your world, your backbone, your support system, and all those other things. And you get to downplay me for a bitch that might not be free next week, and I done gave you all these years of my life. That's not love. You don't get to treat me like that. If you love me, you protect me. And again, I don't want you wearing a trans. I don't want you wearing it, but you don't get to have a space and come to my house every fucking day. But then tell me I can't go over there. And I don't want to get into the other details, but that's what really makes it problematic. But
Mm-hmm. Okay.
you don't get to tell me. I don't ever want to be with anyone. And this I'm not talking about you and what your decision should be, Shay. But I'm speaking of like if it would be me in that situation. I don't ever want to feel like I can't come into the person I love safe space without having to feel no type of way. I don't want to feel no type of way. And
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying and everything, but to me, what are you really saying? What are you really saying about the person that you love and the person you see yourself spending the rest of your life with? What are you really saying about me?
I think for me, from my perspective, because that's a real question, and I don't think it's that. I think for him,
Okay.
he's saying that this is my life, my business,
That
and
I'm a part of.
I don't really need you looking at me or put. Because the thing about Dallas, you know how it is. It's a small community, and he's kind of known. He's his mother's. He's known, so
Girl,
he
don't
didn't want
nobody
that
know him
reputation
like they
out
know
there.
you. Don't nobody know him.
Sister,
Nobody
I everywhere
know
I'm
him,
with him. We've been
girl.
together. We've been together. We go to the fair. We're at the fair. Hey, oh hey, he high fiving, bumping, giving bumps to all his homies at the fair. Girl, we at State Fair Classic. He know everybody. Girl, he knows people.
They think
And
they know him,
and not to excuse
but
that,
they
not to
don't
excuse
know
that.
him.
I just feel like what we were saying earlier. So does he need to go around with a sign? Yeah, I like trans women.
No.
I just don't feel like it's necessary. And you pick and choose your battles in a relationship. Otherwise, y'all gonna be fighting about everything.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I also would be kind of cautious about not being able to go over there and I would be. I would just be cautious. Yeah.
I,
I understand both sides of this because while I get what Pocahontas is saying, you know, I get that. Let me just be honest. There are certain people in my life that I will never introduce any of my men to,
Mm-hmm.
and that is because certain people just don't need to be in my business.
Mm-hmm.
and
And
that's one thing, but saying you not want and so you don't want a person to meet you because of your identity. That's almost saying I'm ashamed of you.
well,
And
no,
the
that
way
could be
us
that
is
could be them saying I'm not ashamed of you. I just don't want to have to whoop his ass because of you.
That
We have a relationship that goes back as far as you and I go back. This is a friend of mine. I'm helping him. This is temporary. This is not something that he's doing forever. This is a temporary fix. He's just moving him in for a second to get him on out until he can be free to get the hell on out. This is not someone I want. This is somebody I want to help. Maybe because he's helped me before. This is somebody I want to help, but I don't want to have to whoop his ass and destroy this relationship once he finds out who I love.
I feel
And
like
so,
that's somebody you should pray about that he come out of whatever situation he is. Because you can't be your full self to this person, but he's requiring assistance and help from you.
but there are a lot of people, there are a lot of men who can't be their full self around most of the people they're around.
Yeah, but you don't get the luxury of asking me for help, and I can't be true. I can't show up as my true self, but you can show up and need something.
I mean, but that kind of muddies the waters a little bit, but still.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even just talking about that situation. I'm just saying, like, if it was me,
Mhm.
and like it has been a few times, why do us as trans women have to be okay with somebody hiding us? Why we can't have a person that want to openly be with us and we go take trips and shit and stuff. I mean, I know it bothers me when I see people, husband and wife together, having a marriage and posting it on Facebook. Like I had it before I even got full custody of the kids. I was telling my friend girl, I was explaining to her, like, you know what? The things that bother me is one of deciding to go ahead and be the person I know I am. I have to finally accept that I might die alone. And this was before I got the kids. I said, because as a cis woman that's married to what you call it, you get the opportunity of having a family and being able to showcase your family, growing your family. As me being a trans person, it's a possibility I might never get to raise a family or never get to leave anything behind a legacy of helping and sacrificing for a community or something like that. That's a real thing. And it bothers me to feel like we have to accept being hidden when
You can't say that though, because you actually do have a family and have a
well
legacy.
now I have a family, but you don't have a family. You know what I'm saying? And at
No,
one point in time, this not a family that I was able to proudly like produce. And even though nothing is stopping me from producing that family, this is something I'm talking about us as trans people, like not just my story, but a couple of people have experienced, and this is like a relevant thing. Like we have to sit back and watch people showcase, oh, the first day of school, oh, I got kids, oh, I just about to get married, I got proposed, but a lot of the times, not all the time, but we have to be in love in secret, in private. And
Pocahontas. I know you think that all your trades are gonna come running in the streets and say I love Pocahontas, but I can guarantee
bitch, I
you
don't, I don't want
half the
no,
dudes
I
in
don't
your
want none of
half
them
the dudes in
trades.
your phone, if you put them to the fire, they gonna act the same way. Ah, da da da. When it comes to walking with you and talking with you and being with you, they
That's
may
what I'm
not feel
thinking.
comfortable about every person in their life. They're supposed to be like, yeah, I love trannies. That's just not realistic.
Well,
You talking
I
about a
can
trade?
say
You
that
talking about a trade? Hold on. You talking about a trade that I done met walking down the street or at the gas station, something like this. You talking about that trade, but I'm talking about someone who I have gave years of my life to, that doesn't watch me grow from being someone who's locked up to being a transfer. I'm somebody you brag about. I'm not somebody you hide. I'm somebody you seen go through a struggle and come out of it and be not only just living, bitch, I'm successful. I'm a success story. I'm someone people look up to, and you gonna hire me from a bitch
And I
that's
think
in
also
position.
it might
This
even
is not
also
about
too.
you, but I'm just using it as an example. You gonna hire me from a bitch that's where I was 30 some years ago? I don't want that from my partner. And this is just me speaking. I want love to look like, I don't care who you around. You're proud of me, what I'm at my lowest, and you celebrate me, you cheer me on, you protect me, because that's what I want to give to my partner.
So it's
And it's
okay.
like,
It's okay if your partners, homies, clown him in the hood.
fuck them niggas in the hood. Let them stay in the hood. And the
That's why
reason why
that
I'm saying that, Shay, you don't live no hood life no more.
no,
And
I
those
don't. And the
niggas
fact
that's in the hood
he
are
my
still
girl, I
hood.
like hood niggas. I like hood niggas. Okay, and he's
That's
in the
fine.
hood. He's known in the hood. They know him. Okay, and the fact is, if you're gonna be with a person, you gotta regard what's going on in their life too. It's
Yeah.
not
I
always the
get it.
poker show. It's not always
I
what poker wants.
First of all, it's always the poker show.
It's not. It's not.
It's
When
all
he's in
it's
them
always.
streets,
Let me stop
when your
you.
man is in them streets and
It's
he's banging,
always
slanging
the
and
poker
banging.
show, just
Oh
as
yeah, that's
well as
oh
it's
yeah,
gonna
that's
always
oh
be
yeah,
my
that
partner
oh yeah, that's
show.
the one he be getting down with punks. Oh yeah, that's the one he fucked with that one punk. You don't want that for your man. And it's why is it their business?
I can see that it's for somebody who's exposing men and what you call them. Sister, we are not those young punks we used to be. We are successful black trans women. We set the tone of what. Look at my motherfucking house.
Yeah, but it's about understanding. It's not about your
And
house.
that's how to
It's
flex.
about you missing you
But
missing it.
listen,
You missing
sister.
it.
Look at your motherfucking house. But let me tell you something. And the reason why I said that is because I remember having to shit in the motherfucking bowl because we didn't have plumbing for no motherfucking water. I came from somewhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. Nothing was handed hand it to me. You know what I'm saying? I had to work. I had to sacrifice. I done been raped. I done had to fight. I done had to take minimum payment. I done been through some shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but we
saying?
have to be
I worked
we have to
really
be
hard to be where
accommodating.
I am today,
We
and
got to
you
be
are not
accommodating. You
gonna.
can't just be in a relationship and not be accommodating to your partner and understanding what they're going through and what their life experience. Your experience is valid, and so is his,
I
equally.
agree, sister. I agree with you. But at the
I
end of the
cannot
day,
make him. You cannot make your partner out himself, even if you've been in the. It surprised me. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie. I
think
was
it's
surprised. I done met this man's whole family. We done been all over the country, done did 1,000 things together, and this is how you do. But some rando
sister, I'm not talking about your one experience. I'm talking about
in
how
general, in
in
general.
general how we minimize some of the biggest things right now in this time. We are getting everything we have fought for, our rights and everything stripped away from us to where they are always almost calling us terrorists. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time to be a motherfucking coward to your homeboy in the hood. We fighting to even be able to walk the streets.
I agree with that.
And if you
Well,
are with somebody that you have gave and held and supported in everything, this is not the moment where you get to hide me in no motherfucking closet. This is the moment you a man, right? This is the moment
sister,
you stand in front of
no,
me and
no,
say,
that's not
you
right. That's not right.
no, no,
It's
no,
But
I'm
but
no.
not
but
It's don't
but
again,
can
you
we?
ask,
are
don't
talking about
tell.
yourself.
But
Don't
can I
ask,
look at
don't
this
tell.
as
I didn't make that up. They came up with that to protect themselves. Don't ask, don't tell. That
but
was a
can I
real
can
thing.
I look at this from a different perspective though? Because it doesn't seem like, in my opinion, and this is me speaking specifically about Shay's situation, that because she actually has met everybody in his world and traveled openly and publicly with this man, and he's and I've watched this happen.
Girl, all them people done been in the gay club.
Well, no, but
Uh,
that's not the point. The point is
this,
he's exposed her to a world he don't mind going out and doing things, being public with her, have date nights, do all that all kind of different shit. This is not him hiding her in the closet. It seems like this is him hiding himself in the closet from this particular person.
yes.
And not just talking about him again. Shay, just leave.
Girl,
Your business is
I
your
represent the
business.
other trans women, and he represents cis men, cis hetero men, trans attracted hetero men. Most of them are not there. And that's why we're doing this show today for those people. And so women that are in these relationships, trying to get in relationships, can understand where they're and support their partner instead of judging him.
If that's what it look like, bitch, I'm gonna give me some cats. I just
You
cannot
should
do
not be
that. I
judging your
cannot do that.
partner.
I have to. I don't want. I'm working too hard to be a better person myself. My whole life, I had to understand who I was and relearn how to celebrate all of my. Yeah, I tell y'all all the time when I receive awards and things like this, I don't know how to accept them because for so long I felt not enough. I've been
Mhm.
told that I'm going to hell. It's so many things as a trans person I've had to face and deal with to be in a place where I'm like, Miss Parker, you don't lost the weight. You can start to look a little good. That's the person you've been seeing all along. I'm not willing to give all those years to a motherfucker that won't hype me up, that won't be proud of me. First of all, Negro, you ain't making the motherfucking money as me. Same amount of money as me. You ain't even financial. We together, but financially, you don't even sit nowhere near me. I'm holding you the fuck up. You don't get to not show me out. And I done gave you, and I done sacrificed you, and I done belittled myself, and I done accepted you for who the fuck you is, but you can't accept me. I don't want that type of love. And if that's what love look like, and I'm gonna make those sacrifices with you, and sister, this is me speaking for me, bitch. When these kids leave up out of here, I go get some more before I accept that type of love. When I think of love, I think of being complete. I think someone that is not perfect, but it's something to work with. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I'm willing to accept, but certain things I'm not. And at no point, not in this moment in the world, do you not get to stand aside me in my struggle, but love me in secret? You don't get to do that to me. You don't get.
Pocahontas,
I don't deserve it.
Pocahontas, I've known you since high school, right? I've always felt like your level of even how you do friendships and how you discipline the kids and how you move through life, it's very black or white. And you are very strict about how you don't always you don't give a lot of room like there's not a lot of wiggle room. And
It hasn't always been like that.
in relationships with a partnership, you got to have understanding and you got to give them grace. The room that you would want them to give you when you're working through some issues. You got to give them that.
Sister, I was in an 8-year relationship with someone who was a heroin addict. Do you know what that feels like?
Oh
When you
shit.
Exactly.
the whole motherfucking year, all those 8 years, I went from trying to battle with someone who has a drug addiction, and that can stay in and out of jail. All those years I gave it within that time, I was ride or die. I'm writing you go to jail 2 years, you out 1 year, you go out. This motherfucker comes home and tells me, oh, I found the Lord. This is not what I want to do.
What this?
I don't want to date a trans woman. I found the Lord. But you go stick another needle in your arm.
That's how they
That's
do.
how my first
And-
relationship
and so, so,
ended.
That's how they
so,
do.
and I'm saying it to say that, like, don't tell me I haven't experienced nothing because I done been through some shit. Try dealing with somebody and them loving you, was saying they love you enough to want to quit heroin. Do you know what that's like to watch a person almost die to where you have to take the needle and put it in their vein for them because you don't want to lose this person and the sweats and everything, and then to know that this I done been through there and done all that. I don't have to give no more. So it ain't always patience has not always been an issue in my world. It's just that knowing right now, certain shit I'm not gonna be able to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And certain shit we shouldn't have to trust. I need to be able to trust that my safety, my happiness, I need to be able to trust that you are gonna bring all those things into my life, or even not bringing into my life, just be able to keep me from having to experience the things I done already experienced. You know what I'm saying? Even if you give me a little bit to work with, I'm willing to grow wherever we grow. But you have to start somewhere. And when you come in and show me nothing to work with, you got to get the fuck up out of here. And another thing, if I spend all these years sacrificing. Now, I'm sure these different relationships have not been easy. To be with one person for all these years and all these things are not easy and are not just, a cake and a walk. You have to make some sacrifices. You have to compromise and you have to do all these different things. But if we still stuck at the very minimum of you being able to tell a motherfucker that you love me, I don't see no growth in that. That knocks out everything we have experienced all these motherfucking years. If you can't stand strong on the side of me and say that you love me, that is not fucking love.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm looking at this last comment that says sometimes we have to make people uncomfortable in order to make people comfortable with change. Just saying, and I think what you're saying, Pocahontas, because we're about to wrap it up, and I think just to conclude this, I think um, that's what it's going to take for the society to evolve, for a trans woman to put our foot down and stop allowing, I guess, our partners to not stand in their truth. I personally, my personal stance, I understand where he is. I don't expect him to be a advocate or a leader for the community. As long as he's good to me on a personal level and I'm having all my needs met on a personal level, I'm good. Those are things that we can work on. And, I might test or revisit that conversation again in the future. But I just don't feel like, I think, when it comes to, we can't expect these men who are living in this society. It's 2026, Polka. And I know you want it to be 2046, but we're not there yet. They just found out what trans women really are versus drag queens, right? They're just starting to get the terminology down. We want them to be out loud, proud advocates in front of their homies. And you know what's going on in the black community and how the how misogynistic it is. It's like you got to give them some room, girl. Like really.
Girl, and my
Now,
response to that is we ain't just fucking came around and we ain't just been in the closet hiding. Where is the growth? It's 2026, like you said, not 2046, but 2026. And we have made it so comfortable for men to be okay with loving us and problem. And we done conditioned ourselves to say that that's okay. And to me, that's problematic because if I'm allowing you to love me in private, that's me saying that I'm not good enough for you to love me, or worthy enough for you to love me in public. And if we continue to stay there as a community, I feel like we're going to continue to be in situations like we are when it comes to legislation and all these different things. Because what's going on is that you got all these DL people that done got pissed off because we started using our voices. We done started talking. Now they saying, oh, you want to talk? Oh, you think you about to do something? Let me shut all y'all up because all this shit is crazy and cuckoo and everything. But you weren't saying that when you was calling our phone and ringing up on us. But we have made it so comfortable for them to be comfortable in making us feel like we're not worthy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say
That
something real quick?
Sure.
Um, we were, as trans people, making a lot of progress in this country.
Alexa, stop.
Since this administration has come in, we've seen a lot of that progress start to be reversed. A lot of that acceptance start to be reversed. But that hasn't just started to reverse for us. It's also starting to reverse for the men who are attracted to us. Whereas at one point you start seeing YouTubes about boys say, yeah, I like trannies, yeah, I like trans. But then as this new administration came in and now this backlash is coming about trans and they're trying to make it illegal and the Black community is getting even more vocal about it, it's affecting them the same way it's affecting us. So I don't expect to see more men coming out and more men being honest about what they are and more men because the Black community is making that a lot harder for them to do that.
Yes.
And so that doesn't mean, look, I've always said, as little and tiny as I am, if I can be out loud about it and risk getting my ass whooped, then so can you. As my man.
Oh,
I can,
and then also let's talk about when you started seeing guys say, yeah, I like trans women, I love trans. Do you remember what that short period of time felt like?
Mm.
Do y'all remember what that felt like when
what
we
you mean
started?
remember? What you mean remember?
I mean, because it's not happening again. We going backwards again.
we're going
Do
back.
you remember in that short period of time? I want to say last year, year before last, when we started seeing like what was the protect the dolls. That
Yeah,
guy, the guy, all the different guys that was out. You got the Kens, you got all the people that that
yeah,
follow us and that support us and stuff. That say I'm attracted to trans women.
yeah.
You remember what that felt like? That felt good to.
It felt good, but it also felt good for the world to recognize that we had rights and that we were a person. But again, all of that's reversing, not just for them, but for us. All of it is reversing.
Yeah.
So we have to take into account that even that we see our lives going backwards, they see the same thing. Whereas they were ready to come out, now they feel like they can't no more. Whereas they were ready to announce their love for trans
But
women,
we got
now they
all
feel
this
like they can't.
surge, and we can't reverse and all that stuff and go back because the doors is closing and the cameras. We can't go back. We here in our life to stay, and as a partner, you stand here with me. You don't go
We can
forward
look. We can't
or
go
not be
back.
attracted no more because the attraction's still there. You's a fucking coward. Stop saying men. Those are not men. Those if you
You're
can't.
right. I believe that there's some cowardice there, but there's a reason for cowardice.
I won't say cowardice. Let's use right terminology because we might have listeners. Insecurities. Men might
Insecurity.
have
Okay,
There's
insecurity.
a
insecurities about
reason.
coming out. Don't
There's a
call them
reason for
cowards.
insecurities, is what I'm saying. There is a reason for insecurities, and to be honest, whether we think so or not, because we don't live those lives. We don't live the lives of men who are conditioned to be men in a certain kind of way and are supposed to be men and hold up manhood in a certain kind of way, but to have feelings for someone that negates that. And we don't know how that feels. And we don't know how it feels coming out to other people, telling them this in a world of hetero men that do not accept it already. So again, there is something to be said about the reasons for this insecurity. I, again, have never been in a long-term, I've been in 3 long-term relationships, 5 years, 3 years, and 7 years. And all 3 of those men were men that doted on me in public and wherever. I met family. I did all of those. So, but That was those, but I've also dealt with plenty of the other DL men. I've been attracted to DL men that did not see it that way and did not want it that way. And I understood their limits only because I see what our community does to these men. I see what our community has. And even though I think they should have bigger nuts, I think their nuts should be bigger than mine. I feel like if I can be as out loud, but you have to realize people got to get used to me a lot earlier. They got to see my transition, so they already knew, and they've already put me in that category.
And it's not fair either, because we had time to come out, slowly evolve into the girls that we're confident, out loud, proud trans women now. But girl, when you first came out, when you were still playing football back in the days, you were still on the team, kicking that football, girl, and you had to tell somebody you want to put a wig on, girl, you weren't that comfortable at the time. It's a process, and we have to give them that.
Adam Browning says it's a lot more people hiding back. People are hiding back again. Look at how Tinder goes up during certain conventions, as an example.
The grinder.
but I understand, and I'm not disagreeing with what y'all saying. But what I'm saying is that I don't want y'all to dismiss that the idea of them hiding is problematic, because right now we are fighting a fight by our damn self, and all we are doing is laying down, getting fucked, and all this stuff by all these motherfuckers is hiring. We are in a fight by ourselves. You don't hear too many gays fighting with us. You don't hear our sisters fighting with it. The people we raised and don't even know how to fight with us and everything. We fighting along, and I don't think that's fair. And be sensitive to what they is and stuff, but I can't be sensitive to nobody while I'm fighting by myself for my existence.
You know what the solution to that is?
What?
Start exposing these
Charge
hoes.
their ass.
Right.
What?
Charge their ass. If they can't
Girl,
come out the closet, if
with
they can't
everybody-
bring their
with-
asses out the closet, show me you love me by paying me.
Yep.
Girl, with all these specials, the girls is running, girl, even getting in the bed and stuff. Girl, you ain't gonna make nothing but $100, and you don't let somebody come in here that don't voted for Trump and come in here and school you for $100, girl.
Shut up.
If they vote for Trump, bitch, the price goes up $500, bitch.
There you go.
Girl, and what rent can you pay with $500?
That's 1/3 of my rent.
You can pay several bills with that, though.
Girl, gas is almost $4. Girl, how many times can you fill up your car?
My rent.
Are you gonna be able to fill up your car enough for a month to be able to go back and forth to work? So I heard y'all saying get charged and all that type of stuff, but they not even paying y'all for the way that the girls used to get paid for being fetishized about.
They're paying me what I asked for. They pay me what I asked for. I don't do the discounts and all that, and I don't get a lot of clients either because of that. Because you have to pay what I asked for. You can't just bring me.
I'm like you. I'm a bitch. I don't fluctuate.
Girl, the whole excitement about being a trans woman was.
We're too accessible. No shade though. We are too.
But girl, you can get on. What you call it, and just find somebody just. I'm cute and I got a deep voice and it's my first time and just get whatever you want. And we can't even talk about like how they treat us because of the way we treat ourselves. You know, go through a situation like and then go through a situation, you get to move in a whole house. But you ain't never stayed in, like, you know, and you know, I gotta call myself out on it. It's just we can't even teach people how to treat us because the way we treat ourselves is like we don't even love ourselves. So how can we really have a real love conversation when we are not even showing our self-love?
And that's really actually, it sounds like we have a separate, another show might lead us into our next show.
That's
like
our
advocates. Where are they and why aren't they there?
Why do
Because that's really that's what we're talking about. Like, advocate for me, be there for me. You love me, you like me. Stand up and show and speak to the world on it. That's what we're asking them to do.
I don't need you to stand at the mountaintops, baby. You can stay right there at the valley.
But honestly, Polka, I really do feel you on that. I mean, that's what it's going to take for us to get people to recognize us as people, not just objects, not just clowns or toys. It can't just be our battle.
This is a us thing, especially if we're partners. This is us.
Exactly.
I don't ask for much because I bring so much to the table. But the one thing I need to know when it's a time that I'm not able to fight or it's a space where I'm not available to fight for myself in,
Mhm.
bitch, do that. Very minimum. Fuck
You're
the
I
asking
whole
for
agree
being the
with
mom and all this stuff.
everything that
Very
everybody has
minimum.
said. I
you're
agree
asking
with
for them
everybody.
to vouch for or to be the voice for you when you're not there, but if you're there, you can handle it yourself.
Yeah, I can handle it myself, but when I'm not there, and don't become of the part of the problem, because
Mhm.
when you're hiding me, you're a part of the problem. Because
That
now
look,
you are saying that something's wrong with me, or I'm not worthy to be
No, I'm
highlighted,
But listen,
or
I think
seen, or
no, that's
is
not what he's
an
saying though.
problem.
I think I
Shay. Not about you. I'm talking
yeah.
about life in
ladies,
Well,
general.
I think so. In general speaking, I don't think it's about the girl. It's about the guy. It's not about so much of her. It's about what does this say about me and how is this going to make me look or feel. He's not. They may not be in a place to process that yet.
ladies, this is a fantastic conversation that might need to carry on, but we're coming towards the end of the show. So
Yeah.
we want to give some final thoughts before we exit. And and I let me say for my final thought, I agree with all sides of this. I while I understand that we will never get to where we need to be unless the men who love us stand up with us and help us in that fight. I also understand how the world is making it difficult for them to join that fight. I understand both sides of that. So that's where I stand. What about y'all? And let's wrap this up.
Me, I feel like if you got a good man, you got somebody that shows potential, spend some time on it. Don't just push him out the door so fast. Give him an opportunity to prove himself. And the thing about what's done in the dark, it's going to come to the light either way. So, let's not be so quick to judge.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
My last message is gonna be: I understand that love is supposed to. Sometimes love hurts and it's complicated, but I do believe that if with time, patience, standing, trust, clarity, I feel like that it's still there. I do feel like it's worth having, but it's important that you set boundaries and know how to walk away from bullshit too, off site. Because if not, it's wasted time. And just because we trends, that doesn't take away that we too want to be loved, and yeah. And
Agreed.
I want love. Love feels good. I think I want it.
What about you, Chloe?
Fuck
I,
love. I'm a hoe.
Mhm.
I was going to say something like that, but you know what? I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you a lesson. Okay. Um, I just want to say that I feel like as trans women, we're constantly navigating a world that tries to define us and tries to put us in a box. And I feel like, you know, sometimes we've got to stop living in this like deranged world or this deranged mind where we feel like it's got to be a certain way. Like life is about experiences and choices and shit like that. So like none of us is gonna feel the same. And I feel like I can't equate what I've been through with other people. I don't know. It's like a weird feeling because that's like I hear everybody's story and they're all so different. Bitch, we all come from some different places, and it's like, bitch, is we gonna get it right? Which one of us gonna get it right? Fuck you.
Ain't no right and wrong is the real
Right.
Is
story.
it
It's
is
really
it a real thing? Is it
your
really love
recipe.
for us, or
But listen, love is for everybody, and trans women, trans men, we need love too. That is the point of Transfusion Radio or Transfusion Podcast to end confusion about transgender. And we will be here to do it again next week with a different conversation, or maybe a continuation of this conversation, depending on how we feel. But we
And,
love y'all, and we want y'all to keep on tuning in.
and
and
I know
Simon,
you ready. I already know you ready to jump off the show, but I don't want to dismiss that people have been in the comments, and I do want to hear and respond to some of the
oh yeah.
questions that was asked
Hold on,
before we
wait.
get up out of here.
And don't
Oh.
forget, y'all sign up for Pop the Balloon because we're doing a training edition. Okay. Well, let me look at the comments. Hold on. Let me go through it. Hold on 1 second. All right.
So part two of the show, comments, what they giving.
Okay, so Alan Browning was saying, "Oh, this was a good discussion tonight. I enjoyed y'all. Thanks, Alan Browning, for coming to support. Hey, Spicy, thank you for coming. We got somebody. Oh, somebody who this is 232 TT 880. He says, "Can we get 2 more hours?" I think this is a good conversation, even though
Oh,
it's a little
part-time
hot.
job.
You ain't gonna be able to get 2 more hours out of me. I gotta go.
That's
But
like
Yeah,
that's
okay, yeah.
half of a work day.
but I will see y'all again next week. Bye,
Okay.
sisters. I love
Bye,
All right,
y'all.
y'all.
bye, y'all.
Okay.
What's the rest of the
Hey,
questions, Chloe?
Okay, I didn't. Hold on, Ali Brownie said something. No, no, no. Oh, this is your friend Derek. This Derek dude. He says being accommodated is one thing, but trans women deserve to be loved out loud. Mm,
well, absolutely, we
sweet.
deserve it. We do deserve that. I mean, that's that goes without saying. It's just that I feel like we should also understand where our partners are. If we're gonna have a partner, understand he may not be out to his family. He may
Yeah.
not be comfortable yet. And it's not a Build-A-Bear situation. It's just having some understanding and empathy. That's how I feel. Like,
So
how
for
would you
for
feel?
us, so the question is for us, Shay, for us women who have been out fighting this fight and done established these certain type of lifestyles for ourselves, how long is that acceptable to be there?
Mm. Well, of course, it's a case by case basis.
I just
For me, it's all about like, is the good outweighing the bad? If I just feel like I'm having to sneak around and I'm just your sneak toy to play with, then
Mhm.
yeah, that's going to wear itself out really fast. But if you're pouring into me and I'm supporting you, then I feel like it's reciprocated. Then yes, maybe I'll give you more time to and it's something we can work on if it has the potential. I mean, it just depends. It's a case by case. You can't just generally say that's going to work for everybody or 3 months and it's a cutoff. Like you can't just. It's not. It doesn't work that way. You
But
know.
how long? Okay, what's the next? What's the next? Any
Oh,
more
the
comments?
oh no, yeah, hold on. Earlier today, hold on, let me see. Earlier today, he was saying you're right. Oh no, we read that one. Um, the only other thing really is Ali Browning said, once you get older, keeping your nervous system at ease is most important. And last thing you want to do is sacrifice your time with someone who disrupts that. I feel that.
I
Yes.
absolutely agree. I
Yes.
absolutely agree. And
Oh,
and I
Shasta.
feel like I feel like it's you are when you're a seasoned woman, it's very easy to point out who is going to come and disrupt your space and who is going to complement and be a part of your growth. It's easier to kind of point out, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Do you think
She's
this because where you are, that you've kind of got things so set up that you might the structure of how you have it set up doesn't allow anything to get in?
mm,
I don't think so because I just moved the person in.
I
right,
wouldn't
moving
call that moving
around.
in. Let him stay the night.
Okay, maybe so. But again, because I have it set up, I kind of know what will fit inside of it and what won't.
So she also, Ada Bradley also said, sometimes we have to make people uncomfortable in order to make people comfortable with change. Just saying.
That's about evolution. To me, that's what that says something about evolution. Like we do have to kind of tell these people that are interested in us, what they need to do to be to meet our standards. We have to tell them that, and once they get that in their mind, then maybe they can step up to the plate, and we can evolve as a society. So yeah,
Right.
we kind of do have to hold them to the fire. I agree.
And
Yeah,
also think about like when we have like when it comes to like coming out and stuff, we come out in like scenes or
stages.
sometimes and we have community around us is also supporting us and walking us through steps. A lot of the times these trans guys, I mean trans attracted guys, they don't have that support system. We become their support system.
Hmm.
So if we allow them to stay there, they'll be there as long as they're able to. But we have to also kind of hold their hands and let them know, hey, loving me out loud is okay. Like I
Mhm.
told somebody before, hey, nobody really gives a fuck.
No
It's
one
only
cares.
in your head.
Yes, and that's
It's
the
only
truth.
what?
That is the truth. I mean, a lot of times they have internal struggles. Like
What
if
did
you
you say?
have a
It's only what?
person, they're struggling with their own identity, and you want to just push them out there, that doesn't make them feel supported. They need to know that there was someone that's going to understand where they are, and at some point, whenever they're comfortable, they'll make that decision.
Not
Like I
even
would
just
never pressure poke. Look, what if I want you to be a lawyer, and I feel I see it in you. You should be a lawyer. and I just want you to, like, I shouldn't. It's not my decision to pressure you, even though
Yeah.
that may be a good idea. It's
But
that
I
we're not
don't.
ready for
I
that.
I don't want you to be an unhappy lawyer not living in your truth neither. Because how many gay lawyers do we know that are successful? How many trans lawyers do we know that are successful? You don't have to lie about who you are to be successful. I can see realizing that you're trans attractive and then became this person that's married and everything and having a lot of things to lose and not knowing how to transition into this new identity you're walking into. But somebody who done been in this identity for all these years and just stuck there and don't want nothing different and okay with being stuck there and gonna make me and make you feel like you wrong for wanting to not allowing me to be stuck there for so long. You don't get no room for. You don't get no clout or no pats on the back or no nothing from me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Oh,
you.
Let it be a loss.
Yeah,
we do
it's
have
a
another
it's a,
comment.
it's a delicate balance. It's a
Mother
delicate balance.
Mother one. It's not letting me click it up there. It's not letting me put it up there. But it says, because I think she commented on Facebook. It says, "Is it grace or allowing him to have the best of both? I.e., when a cis woman is dating a married man, he is getting the best of both." Exactly those three. Then she says, "I think we as women have our stuff together financially, and there are slim pickings amongst men who have their own attractive and can't get erect."
Up and can get erect.
So like personal
Wow.
problem.
Hmm. I
I'm just
agree.
playing. I don't have. We don't have the problems over here, baby. But no.
You said what was the question? Wait, hold on. What was
I
said?
think we as women have our stuff together financially. And
Yeah.
then there are slim pickings amongst men who have their own attractive and can, like, it is slim pickings. Like, the good quality candidates, they kind of know that they're good quality candidates because it's women throwing themselves at them. So
Yeah.
they kind of have this energy of, let me stand back and stay, like, not let these people in. A lot of times those people, they're not open candidates. So that's why we have to, that's why a lot of trans women will will take in somebody that actually needs them and wants to be there for whatever reason, whether it's survival or whatever it is, physical.
And just keep the ones that can really complement your life and take you to the next level as a date.
Well, because those people will
That
take you to
makes
the next
sense.
level, those are CEOs, and they already have a whole network of a community that they are not willing to open their doors and letting a trans woman into their life on that level.
Sometimes.
A lot of times, I mean,
I
they're
signed
already
NDA. I
established
don't
in
know
a
about you
way.
though. Okay.
A lot of those candidates, just from that's my experience. I mean, when they got their stuff together, they don't be interested. It's the ones that don't got their stuff together that's open and interested and want to just try a relationship and try to spend time together. They
I
got
think we get distracted by the low hanging fruit and then we don't even recognize that if they're willing to pay, it shows some kind of interest. But we go with them is like, oh, all you gotta do is pay for us. You can have us whichever way you want. That they just become, I just want you when I want you because I don't have to work for you no more. I got the money. It's easy to just chunk you $400 or $500 just to get what I want. Then I can move on. But we don't make them work for it like or we don't be patient with them, or we don't take the time to get to know them because automatically when we see them, because we got this mindset that if he look like he got money, we're gonna make him pay us. But we're
if he's successful enough to pay for what he wants and be done with it, and you don't give him what he's looking for, he will gladly move on to the next girl.
Yeah.
And that's how that works. So a girl, if she's smart, she'll see an opportunity, sees him for the opportunity, and see him for what he is, and move on. But then again, that same guy has the potential to eventually, if he likes it enough, and he keeps coming back, he may be the potential candidate after he's had enough experiences with you. I mean, things can
but
happen
why
like
we
that.
don't have the same patience and the same
Yeah, I was
time to
just about to
give
say
to those
that.
type of men, but we'll do it for low hanging fruit that we know we can't benefit or grow with, that'll stay stuck forever.
I'm not for sure what you're saying.
Oh, you didn't get that?
Um,
It just went over your head. No,
Okay, you say we stay with low hanging fruit. I mean,
yeah,
I say that these low hanging fruit, quote unquote,
I'm talking about low
they
hanging fruit, like how you know how we go on the little sites, hook up with the guys and
okay.
all the different that be needy and all the stuff like.
It might be some potential in there. I don't personally invest in it. I don't have the time for it, like, personally. But a lot of times I'll meet these guys. I'm just meeting people, right? And they're
Mhm.
lonely. And they're like, where can I find a trans woman? They're looking for us. And like most of the girls that they want are the girls that charge. They don't want the girls that work at the Domino's Pizza delivering. They want the girl who's looks like a bombshell.
She ain't lying.
Who charges. And they want that. So it's just, I don't know. It's kind of challenging. It's challenging. Having people who they have attractions to us, and they want to live out their attractions. They may not necessarily want a full relationship. They may not be ready for that, or maybe something they'll be interested in over time once they're honest with themselves. Sometimes it takes time for them to come to that realization.
I'm still going. We have made it entirely too comfortable for men to decide the way they want to show up. We made it too comfortable for them.
It's kind of a control issue when you look at a person and tell them, "This is who I want you to be, and I expect you to do that." That's not. How is that going to manifest a relationship if you're have expectations of what they should and shouldn't do? Like, let them be themselves.
Is that what we're saying? This is what I want you to be, or we're saying that, hey, I am who I say I am, and it feels good to be who I say I am. You should try it.
I agree. But what about when you know?
Because I'm not making up a lie about you. You are.
Yeah, but we know what they're up against. Like, let's just say, they got religious aspects, family dynamics.
Oh, we've been way too many seasons.
All kinds of issues that maybe they're just not there.
Oh, okay. No, it's possible.
Well, I mean,
what's the next question?
You can have a good candidate who just may not be ready for that level of exposure.
Well, get somebody else to do it. Not us, but the men fighting.
You said get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Go get with the people that not even sure that they are really trans yet. Go play with the cross dressers or something. For a woman who is comfortable in her skin, there is no way I am laying next to somebody that wants to tell me that I'm not worthy to be loved out loud. I have came too far. I have sacrificed too much. I have fought too hard to lay next to someone who is going to tell me, no, bitch, get somebody else to do it. Go. It's so many kids out there you can play with. I'm not attracted. You ain't got to be a first time for me. I want you to have some experience. Don't be a first time with me.
But we're talking about people that have potential. We're talking about we're talking about people that you actually have a connection with. That there might be something, but this is the one thing that they haven't really crossed that bridge yet.
So they're not ready.
Yeah,
hold on, but they may be ready in other ways, and you're just going to discount them for that?
Yes,
I'm sure somebody else is ready in other ways.
Well, I think that Well, I'm glad that we had this conversation because I just concluded. I feel like that's what stops us necessarily from finding the person because we want them to be perfect walking in the door, and good luck with that.
The person that does not hype me up in person, that is not the person. That is somebody I'm settling for because I don't want to put the work in to find the person, and I'm done with that.
I think this was good. I hope it resonated with the audience and our listeners. And I'm glad that, I feel like we had a good conversation.
Yeah, it was
I feel like there was some definitely positive points made. And you know what? I do hear you. And I hear what you're saying. I just think in terms of finding that one, you got to take some off a little bit. And like, take the edge off. Take it down a notch.
It might be the whole person you have to take off because he might be a distraction to you finding that one.
That too.
There's that.
Because if we stay stuck, we're trying to figure out and give opportunities and giving time and something. Look how many years you would lose with a person that ain't gonna ever fucking change. He had to be in the way of the person that was gonna be that person for you, that was gonna love you unconditionally just for who the fuck
you are. Tell me about it. Where's the
He got to be in the way. Because even if you don't love me, you got some flaws to where you just in survival mode. You can potentially bring even something to the table or something, but get to deny me and my identity, and I'm fighting to exist in this world, girl. Get somebody else to do it.
Quick question, Polka. So what point, the friend that you had over on the weekend, do you have these kind of conversations? Like, so are you cool with sharing me to your family and friends? Is that like an initial? At what stage do we have this conversation that I want you to gone and come out the closet for me.
I feel like because you are at the beginning of your trans attraction, you need to go play with some of the younger folks.
I just feel like
You
we
need,
gonna
you need
turn.
to go play with some kids. You got so many girls that are trying to figure out they do something. I'm not the girl. I'm not in training mode and nothing like that. And that's another thing. My ship is tight. When you come up in here, you need to know that hey, you
Right.
ain't gotta wear no shirt with Miss Poker is my woman, or I'm trans attracting nothing like that. I'm not asking you because I don't live that type of lifestyle. But I need you to not make me want to feel any type of way. And I need you to be secure in what you is. Because one, I'm looking for a man that can also lead and also be as strong as I am to help me grow. Because if you coming in here with weaknesses off top and one is your identity, you not for me. Because bitch, I am one of the head. I ain't gonna even say I wanted the head, but I don't even fight for just me. I fight for my whole community. How what I look like with being with somebody
Weak.
weak.
I won't say weak. We gotta really like.
It's a weakness.
Mm, it's not a weakness because we all have
If you
weakness
not strong, if
in
you
life. In
not
life,
as
we all have.
strong enough to fight on the side of me, but love me, that's a level of weakness. I mean, I'm gonna have to be more stronger because now I'm not only fighting for me, I'm fighting for your insecurities as well.
I say I
Mhm.
think that's the right word. Secure securities. He's not a weak person because he's
Oh
not ready to out
Lord.
Weak
himself.
in a bit. No, just
No, because
Weak
our,
as
our
how
platform our platform is really like we speak for the community, so we really should be
we
careful
speak of
like
the sale.
how we speak. Like it's not a weakness because there's listeners that are straight males that are listening that may want
I
to
don't
be a
want
part of the
them.
conversation, but they're scared because they don't want to be seen as weak.
Stay in the
Oh,
shadows.
That's the
I'm
whole thing.
sorry.
Masculinity, black
I don't
men.
get the I don't get the luxury of being able to hide or things like that because I done did too many altercations in my body and
But
I
you
live
know
my
what
life
it's
with
like.
people.
But we
But
know the pressures of being a black male. There's so much. Like they have to walk on a tightrope.
yeah, I know.
Like
I was born a black male.
right, exactly. And I was so
I was born,
depressed.
so I know.
So depressed.
And,
Having
and
to
don't
walk
you
this
and dare,
tightrope.
don't you dare say you want to be a part of the LGBT because you can come out as a gay man or two. And
I
bitch,
just
you better
we
not
can't
dare say you're a trans woman.
Ooh.
Poker, we can't be
I don't
ignorant.
have no
Don't
sympathy.
be ignorant to the fact.
I'm not being ignorant. I don't experienced everything you don't talk about.
The you know what it's
And,
like
and,
being
and none of it
being
is easy.
in the hood, surrounded by all the homies.
I'm from the hood. I'm from BFL
I was about to, I was about to
75216.
say, is you from the hood?
I'm from the hood. I'm deep in the
No,
hood.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Lachey.
Not at all.
I can tell. I can
How?
Because
tell.
what
How
was what you
Pierre?
talking. I'm gonna
How
tell
do you
you something. I have I came out at the age 16 and I have been more accepted in the hood than I am in these spaces where you would think I would be more accepted. I'm
Yeah,
accepted
because
more
they
to
scared,
hood.
girl. Poker because they're scared.
Hold on. Which one of y'all are
You know
Pisces?
what? And you know why they scared? Not because I can beat everybody ass.
Yes, because you could beat everybody
They
ass,
scared because they know I'm gonna stand my ground.
Which one of y'all is
and also because
Pisces?
you got a mean right hook.
They
And
just said she's got to be a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. We are guilty
Oh,
for
that's what they said. Hold
seeing
on.
the potential in everyone.
who are Pisces? I'm a
Pisces.
Sagittarius.
She's talking about Lachey. Then what are you?
I'm an Aries.
Okay, no, neither one of them Pisces, and I'm an
I'm a
Aquarius.
Sagittarius.
Yeah,
So no, not me.
Uh-uh.
But
yeah.
They
Poker want
supposed
to
to be
hold him to
Pisces.
the
yeah.
fire.
Pisces fake as blood.
Yeah,
So,
because it's just I live a
so
lifestyle to where
you gonna hold him to the fire. Every guy you meet, you gonna make sure that they.
You know she's not gonna hold them to the fire, bitch. She's gonna pacify and sweep shit under the rug
What are we
and
talking about?
if you got something to work with, yeah. But then again, and then I'm okay by myself, sister. I'm doing a great job by myself. You know
That's
what
not
I'm
without.
saying?
That's not up for discussion. We already know that. We talking
I
about.
know, but
We
I'm
talking about.
saying I'm at a place now to where even if it is a life where I'm alone and not with my partner and my what you call 'em, I'm not willing to just settle for what may look like is love.
I won't say set. Let's try a different word from settle.
Okay, well,
How
teach me the
about
words, baby. You know I'm from the hood, honey. You have
how
to speak
about
fluid ebonics to me, baby.
how about compromise? Because I feel like that's really what it is. Like a relationship is all about compromising. You may want to eat. You might want to eat hamburgers. He want to eat pizza. We got to compromise tonight, right?
Fuck it,
We got to
Mhm.
figure out how we gonna do this, right? So I think that sometimes there will be moments where you have to like, okay, I'm gonna let you have this for now because it's just not worth it because you're such a good person and you're so good to me in all the other ways. This ain't worth uh, bringing up or making an issue out of it. The issues are issues because you created them, not
But
because they really.
what about the people that don't have a person that is dealing with the same thing, but don't have a person that's not good for them in other ways?
Okay, well then we're talking about somebody that is going over
Narcissism.
You know what I'm saying?
boundaries,
Because that's what I'm talking about.
being violating boundaries. You're
Yeah,
talking about
that's what I'm talking about. Like a person that doesn't show it, no, but it's always just give, 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 give. But when it's your time to stand up or even just protect or just say something, it's like go over there. I ain't against
oh
it. I'm with it. But you know what I'm saying? And you don't
oh yeah.
have nothing to offer. So not even just a person that shows up. And again, in a relationship, I feel like there are certain things people are willing to accept and certain things that not. And I feel like you should have the right to be able to decide what that looks like for you. But
It's rough. It's rough.
what does growth look like?
Mm.
Growth is when you see that potential, that spark of wow, he was really nice to the waiter, or he's a generous person to the waiter, or he came and he cleaned up my room without me, or he brought me breakfast in bed. Like those little things that show you the potential that this guy he looks at me as I'm a real person to him, or
So
I
you,
matter. Like it's not
so
what you
you
say,
sound
it's
like
what you
one of the
do.
people. Let's say you
That's
sound like
that,
people that look for the good in everybody.
Actually, I'm an Aries. Aries, we are
that's
optimists. Like
cute for a 16,
Aries are optimists.
17 year old. But when people are, if I accept just anything in my life, it's gonna break down everything I worked for my whole life.
Mm.
You don't get to come in weak up in here. You don't get to come in weak. And I might play with it just for a second, but then instantly, if I see a wrongdoing, if you take a juice and pull a juice out of place, bitch, your ass got to go.
Or
And I'm
it could be a
sorry,
oh,
I'm
hold
like
on.
that.
Or wait. That could be a moment for us to grow. Babe, these are the juices I designated for my children. I don't
Oh,
want you coming in
okay.
here drinking these juices. If anything, you need to bring me juice. And then guess what? He
I'm so
learned a
sorry.
lesson just
I
like
think
that.
I might have
It is
drank
a
the juice.
lesson for growth for
I
somebody who
think,
got the time and the patience.
okay, I
Baby,
think I
if you
might have
want,
drunk the juice.
that's
It
what a
wasn't him.
relationship is.
What you say?
Baby, baby, don't put your clothes over here.
It
Put them
wasn't him
there.
that drank
I
the juice,
want
bitch.
this.
I drank the
Baby,
juice.
it's my birthday. Like, you have to tell them, I need you to take me out.
Well,
I
bitch,
want to
let me
do
get your
this.
suitcase and you gotta go.
Yeah,
You
bitch.
gotta tell these dudes what you want. I'm
I ain't
trying to
telling you
give y'all
niggas
some
shit.
advice. Listen, I'm a little
I'm
bit older. You
41.
brought it up earlier. I'm a little older, right? I got
Mm-hmm.
this. I got this far because
Actually, you're a
listen,
lot
I
older, girl.
I don't
Because I
I
know you're
don't jump.
31.
Regardless, I don't jump on. I've learned. See how I dismissed it. I stay focused. You stay focused on what's really important to you. The partnership, the friend that you have there, the person that's there for you. You're not thinking about all the things that make them imperfect. You focus on the good in them.
Mm.
And that's how you have a relationship. Because if you focus on all the negative, you're gonna always find something.
Hell yeah, but you know what? I think you're right, bitch. I think I'm about to switch to Lachey's team. Team
I'm just
Lachey.
telling
Hell
you how I made
nah.
it so far
Bitch,
because
I ain't
this
gonna,
dude that I have, this dude that
I
I
ain't about to be
have,
stressed out like that.
I haven't
I
had no
got a
success.
dude, right?
I
And
haven't
he,
had no success going the way that you go do poker. I gotta try something different.
I just feel like, the dude that I have, no, he's not perfect, and no, he's not. He does a lot of things where it's like it kind of get on my nerves. I done told him for years. He still like does little things like I done told him, but it's fine. He all the other things he, but what about all the other things? What
Mm.
about the mowing the lawn and the fixing all the things I need and being there for me
I'll take care of
emotionally? Like
it. I'll take
those
care
You
of
talking
it.
things
about like
matter.
you talking about going through the motions
I just think
and,
that we shouldn't be going
not
through
being
the
there when it
motions.
really matters?
These niggas love us. We just gotta open the door and like let them love us sometimes.
These
Oh hell.
niggas,
Oh hell
I'm
no.
sick of niggas. I'm sick of them.
Me
I'm
too.
sick of them. All these niggas don't love us. They want what we have to offer them.
Yeah.
They
These
want what
niggas
we
love
have to
us.
give. They
No, they
want,
don't.
girl, they want our life. That's what they want.
They want
I
our
don't
tea.
want. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they
Girl,
want.
Poker, give that man your tea. Call him back and give him your tea.
Me too. Once
Or
it's
what?
out, it's out.
What's
Hell
your
no.
Girl,
tea?
tell him I
I
made a mistake. Look, I'm gonna
Bitch,
give.
I ain't got 27
You know what I
years.
would have did? I probably would have gave him. Listen, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks, and it's a hard two. I'm gonna
Oh,
see what you do. And this
Yeah,
is
but
my
what?
list of
Give
things.
him 2 weeks and the men of my life
And
go
here
by the
and
door
here's
because there's another
and
man up
here's
in
my
here was
list.
big.
And here's my list of demands.
send him to Lachey House.
No, girl, what's wrong with a list of like, this is how I communicate. This is my love language. These are my needs.
Maybe the man gonna take off
If
running.
you don't tell him, how will he know?
Bitch, common sense. I thought people had common sense these days.
It's not
No,
common sense.
I thought
You talk about
you get to
men.
grow and learn people like from the way because a person can tell I could tell you
I
that
don't like to tell you
I
what
can
makes you
tell you
happy.
that my love language is gifts, right?
Yep.
But anybody that really know me, my love language is quality time. If it
Yes.
ain't no quality time, I don't feel appreciated or I don't feel accepted. I don't feel a part. I like quality time over anything. Of course, you can give me gifts and stuff, but quality time means everything to me.
But yes, all right. Well, we pushing almost 3 hours in
Oh,
this
these
baby.
hoes ready to get up off here. Bye, girl. We'll talk to you later, girl.
Don't be like that. Like
I
I
mean,
haven't.
Chloe, me and Chloe here. We hear Chloe.
I'm here, girl. What's the? I ain't got nothing else to do.
You're
Y'all
gone
listen.
because
Bye,
all
girl.
this tune by y'all. Let a nigga
I
drag
got,
me through the
I
grave.
got,
I ain't
I got,
even doing it.
she got to on the way.
No, I
I
just
ain't
wanted to
doing
make
it.
sure. I just wanted to make sure that y'all heard me on that one because I feel like, it could be Prince Charming coming by, and because he ain't out and proud, you gonna let him go?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
might.
because I'm fighting for my existence. If you ain't willing to do the fight, then I don't
Bitch,
give a
we
damn
at war
about nothing.
right
Because
now. We at war
yeah,
right
we
now.
in fucking war. You just
But
want
we're
to
talking
stand
about Prince
aside
Charming. Prince
and hide
Charming.
up under a rock, bitch, and I'm gonna be up the front. But then you want the title of a man, girl. Bye. Mm-mm.
Drop her so we can read her.
Yeah.
That's what
Say
I'm saying
we
because I
love you because
already know.
we about to have a real conversation once you get up out the
No, you're
phone.
not. No, you're
Bye.
not.
Oh
No,
yes, we is. Doggone go. We love you, sister. Great shows.
Girl.
that's mess. That's mess. I'm trying to get y'all some husbands.
Shit, they
Girl,
they watching
bitch,
us right
bitch,
now.
if I be with him, if I'm gonna be with him 80 years, bitch, and he still don't and still want to hide me up behind the closet, I don't want him. Fuck him.
Lord.
No,
Fuck
get
you.
somebody else to do it.
But girl, what if the good is so good?
Where is it good
I don't want
at?
that can't
It,
be
it may
the
it may be
that
a little
can't be the
bad,
only
but
option.
sometimes it may be a little bad in there. But what if it's so good?
Okay,
Mm.
Shay, if you want to hire me but willing to pay all the motherfucking bills and take care of everything else in the house, girl, I'll hide in the closet for you. But if I still have to coexist and bring something to the table and walk out the door and you don't carry me, girl, you don't get to hire me.
I just don't feel like we should be pressuring our partners to out themselves in every
Pay the
situation.
cost to be the boss. Pay the
Girl,
cost to
it's
keep
not
me a
even that bad. It's
secret.
not
And
Now
even that
I
that's when
just
you
want,
want to. That's when you want to start charging them, girl. When you got to be a
bad.
secret and it comes with all these obligations stuff, you start
Oh,
charging
you gonna pay for that? You gonna pay for that? Yeah.
just to charge them.
what did Escape say?
Just to
But
just
hold on,
to
what did Escape say? You're my
Don't go
little
take the
secret.
waterfalls. Bye,
You're
girl.
you're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it.
Do you hear her? I'm finna drop her. She gotta go.
uh,
I can't drop her. She gotta go. Hold on. Damn it. What am I
what she
doing?
say? I can't hear her.
I dropped her. Oops. Oh, my phone is fucking up. No.
She needs to go, girl.
Okay. Fuck up. Where you go? My bad, y'all. Um, she ain't came back up here. So I guess we out of here, y'all. See y'all later. Make sure y'all tune in every Thursday Transfusion Podcast. We out. Oh.